Here we go. Welcome back to another show of the Power Play Show with the hockey coach, FRENCHY, directly from the beautiful Sunshine State in Florida. It was a lot of storm today, but we have to welcome back Mr. ENORTAP directly from Toronto, Ontario tonight.
Hello, Coach. Hello, Hockey Nation. Ready for another Power Play Show tonight.
It looked like we're missing some insider right now, so that's the reason why ENORTAP is beside me right now. We have to push him a little bit farther, a little bit later, but right now we have to keep him beside me. We'll see if Michael and also Mr. Andrew is going to join us, Mr. ENORTAP. So we're going to wait a little bit longer. If they're not, we're going to share a little bit the graphic behind us, but we welcome everybody. It's a special edition of the Power Play Show, Mr. ENORTAP. We're going to talk about fun things, the NHL news today. Talk about fun also, the review a little bit the second round, and then of course we have a big game number 7 tonight, tomorrow night, and then of course we're going to do a live stream show, and then we're going to do some prediction of the third round, and then we're going to talk also about the MVP, Conn Smythe. So we have a lot of the program for the next couple hours, and then at the end, the 5 questions about the Frenchy quiz. It's not all over exact today. I make it fun things, but it's a choice of the answer, A, B, C, D. So that will help me a little bit better. Some of you will be a little bit more lucky about that one. We have a few people, Mr. ENORTAP, to said that. And we have to start that way, Mr. ENORTAP. We have no choice. Do you know?
No choice.
No choice. We have to go that way.
Happy
Of course.
birthday to you.
Do that.
Happy birthday.
Do that.
Do that.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Do that.
Happy birthday to you.
Do that.
Birthday to you.
Do that.
Happy birthday. Happy birthday to you.
Do that. Happy birthday today,
Happy
Mr.
birthday.
ENORTAP. We wish him an amazing, great day. The rest of the maybe 3 more hours, maybe it would depend where he's at. He had, but we want to ask him an happy birthday, and glad he's a new subscriber of the Hockey National Show, Mr. ENORTAP. So he deserves to get that kind, of course, of the welcome in the house. Before we go, all these fun questions, we have some people in that chat. The chat is quick right now. I have to catch up. I'm going for them going to not be behind.
They're
tonight.
anxious, Coach.
And
They're
we have
anxious.
Mr. Oh, whoop. Oh, I cannot do that.
Uh-oh. Door
I
number
cannot
3
do that
or door-
because I'm not on their YouTube channel.
Uh-oh. Uh-oh.
But I have an announcement to do, Mr. ENORTAP, but we're not going to do this. We're going to announce it, but we cannot make him. We're going to wait 24 more hours. We have a
Breaking news.
breaking news, Mr. ENORTAP, from the Hockey Nation Live Show.
And what's the breaking news, Coach?
We have a new moderator. We would like to welcome Mr. Jose Duarte, a new moderator of the family of the Hockey Nation Live Show. Congratulations, Mr. Jose Duarte.
Congratulations.
We welcome
Jose.
you as another great supporter and member of the Hockey Nation Live Show for many months. He's always helping us, and we welcome him. Unfortunately, he's not in function tonight. We're going to let him breathe a little bit more, be more happy for the rest of the night. We're going to put him on the job tonight. We're going to bring him on the job tomorrow, Mr. ENORTAP. So we
good.
want to announce this publicly, the first thing to do tonight. So congratulations, Mr. Jose Duarte, another moderator
go,
of the
Jose.
Hockey Nation Live Show, another great person in the chat. So we want to welcome him, a member of the family of the Hockey Nation Live Show. So that's it.
Indeed. That's fantastic, Coach.
Here we go.
Way to go,
One more in
Jose. Way to
in the bag. But we have Mr. Rory McNeely back in the house tonight.
How's it going, Rory?
And directly from Illinois, number 1 for the Blackhawks, the Chicago Blackhawks. We're talking about Nick, Kate, Joshua, and Hopper back in the house tonight.
Welcome, guys. Welcome.
Somewhere between the, I don't know, Tim Horton to the house, to the grocery store, to the store. We don't know, but she's all over the place. But she's back with us tonight. Miss Kelly in the house.
Welcome, Kelly. How's it going?
Et directement de la belle province de Québec, on lui souhaite un très bon soir. On lui souhaite un très bon retour avec nous ce soir, Mr. Matt. Welcome in the house. Bienvenue dans la famille du Hockey Nation Show. Ce soir, mon Matt. And we call him not only the butter bean, but call him also Mr. Notable, the sneaky. I'm talking about Danny, T. Moderator of the Hockey Nation Show.
We might have to call him the shrimp.
And we did very well at the welcome. Happy birthday to Duda. Duda is with us tonight, Mr. ENORTAP.
Happy birthday, Duda.
Spencer Bitter will work with the leave over staff, Kelly said. Yann Gionnet de retour avec nous. Yann, welcome back. Merci d'être avec nous ce soir.
How you doing?
Good morning, good evening, good afternoon to everyone in the stream. Directly from Rory about that one over there. So we have to fix us also about that until the people show up. We're going to fix it a bit later. But we welcome Rory about this. Yan, do that. It's like a back and forth, right? They did that. But we have the insider, the Hockey Nation Show, Mr. ENORTAP, with everything going on around the world about hockey, curling, bowling, movies, name it, do it. He would tell you exactly what's going around, the weather. It's
stats.
not about, but I'm talking about Mr. RJ Calabro, sports schedule, game, NHL, hockey update.
Hey, RJ,
That's a little bit a long name, but we call him RG, and that's pretty much what we can tell him about that. He talked about the fact that Finland beat Canada 4-3 today, and also the gold medal.
Remind me.
And then the Czechia beat the USA 8-4. Game really controversy looked like for what I heard today about a high stick about that one over there. 7-6-7-5-6-0. Mr. Stratic is in the house. Thank you so much, Mr. Stratic. He's ready to rock and roll. This of course, is a series of the Edmonton Oilers. We have Nicolas de Gauby-Bonne, directement de Sherbrooke. On voudrait savoir, Mr. Nicolas, qu'est-ce qui est arrivé avec Sherbrooke aujourd'hui? Sherbrooke, Phoenix. He went to the game QM today, Nicolas. Mr. ENORTAP. Nice. He went to see Sherbrooke, Phoenix against the Charlestown Islanders. 3 of the members of the Montreal Canadiens pro prospect are playing that series right now. Before today was 1-1, so I don't have the result yet. But Joshua Roy played today versus William Trudeau and Xavier Simoneau about that one over there. Click on the likes, and that would be good. Run with Kings. 20 is back in the house.
Hey, Run. How's it going?
And Rory now, he decided to go with he's going all in, Mr. Nata. He decided to go with the Rangers. We have Mr. Zev Lacave. Welcome back, Mr. Zev Lacave. Thanks for being part of the show tonight.
How's it going, buddy?
We want to remind everybody, by the way, if you have any question, please put the letter Q, and we're going to answer to you. Maybe we're not going to answer right away if we talk about certain subject, and we try to stay in the subject. I just want to be informative about that. It's not because we forget you. We're going to put your question on the one area. We'll come back a little bit later. We promise you the next 3 hours we're going to answer you. So you have to stay with us for 3 hours, but Mr. ENORTAP. But hey, take some drink and we'll be back. No, just kidding. I'm not going to do that. For everybody, happy birthday. Mr. Alan Barnes is with us, Mr. ENORTAP. Alan is with the Hockey Nation Live Show.
Hey, Alan, welcome.
And we have Mr. Renault. Welcome back, Mr. Renault, directly from somewhere, somehow. He started already with a question, Mr. ENORTAP. We can answer this quickly before we move on to the next one. In 2023 UFA, would you sign Tomba, Severson, or Wegar for the Abs right defenseman position?
Oh, that's a good question. Maybe Dumba, I think.
He said Tomba, Severson, or Wegar.
Yeah, I think Dumba.
Okay, so Tomba will be 29
even.
years old. All three a little bit older. I would not touch Wegar or Severson. No. Good offensive, but very bad on defensive zone, everything like that. But we talk about a lot of money, by the way.
That's true. Yeah.
And we talk about Mr. Andy Kuivula. Mr. Andy Kuivula is excited about the Edmonton Oilers. We'll talk about that a little bit later. Everybody watch Happy Birthday right now. Thanks so much, Danny, about that. We have another celebration tonight, Coach. I did it. I think that's what he was talking about. Where is Andrew? We don't know, Kelly. Everybody's stuck somewhere. Same thing
They're
with
in jail.
Michael. We gave this some call, and we don't. Nobody can send me back. So we'll see
They're
about
at
that.
Hooters.
J'étais au
They're
Phoenix
having
ce
a
soir.
beer.
Moi, Carla de Kobe. Congratulations, Danny. And we have Mr. Stu Pidasso back in the house tonight.
Hey, Stu, how are you?
Not a problem, Rui. About that one over there. I tried to catch up with everything. You're welcome, Jose. Well done, my friend. About that, I'm leaving for Washington on Friday to the. Here we go. Thank you. Mr. Kilo back in the house.
Welcome, Kilo.
And we have Mr. Zinnick Gaming, directly de Saint-Georges-de-Beauce, dans le coin de la Beauce. Welcome back with Zella and Caroline. Very important to say hello, everybody,
Yes.
to Zella. Welcome back in the Hockey Nation
Ella.
live show.
Welcome.
Oh, Robbie's going to the Universal Studio, Mr. Enotap, where it's really interesting over there. I don't know which one he's going, but if he's in Tampa area or Orlando, really interesting. They have a new gig for the summer. One's called the Snakey, not the Snakey, the Snake. And it looked like it's going to be up and down, and left and right. It's called the Snake, but we'll see. I never been there really. Universal will never attract me over there. I prefer the Walt Disney. I was a big guy of the Walt Disney. I always love Mickey Mouse. When I go in, take a lot of pictures with Mickey Mouse. It's very impressive.
You did Yuppie for a number of years, so
Yeah, that's
Those
another
guys-
thing
those
about
guys
this. But
attract you.
the good thing about this, if you live in Florida, you have a really good discount. You can buy a ticket for the year, and so I think it's $350 or $400, and you can go anytime you want to. So you go to the best time to go to Orlando, Walt Disney. I went out to inform people in the Women's Center that if ever they want to go, that's something I can bring on my channel travel. But it's time for the Halloween weekend of the Walt Disney is amazing, and also the Christmas time, unbelievable time. I don't know if you've been there during the Christmas time, but
no, I haven't yet.
that's beautiful. It's really about that. I did all the Kingdom and everything.
You're
like,
gonna have to, you're gonna have to
but
do a
again,
session, Coach.
yeah,
Definitely
you know,
have to do a video on that. And everybody out there, if you haven't heard already, Coach has opened up a new channel. It's called Coach Frenchy Travels. And go there, subscribe, hit the likes. It's going to be great.
Thank you so much, Mr. Nata. We didn't have the picture. Maybe bring the picture a little bit later about that. Yep, we started a new channel. It's called Frenchy Travel. And I appreciate you, the plug we said in French or in English.
plug.
But we said, quand ta fête, Coach, November, matin, en novembre. Don't forget, guys, to click on the likes. Hi, Kelly. Where is Roger, Danny? Also, happy for Memorial Day to everyone in stream. Thanks so much, Rory, to remind this. Where is Andrew and Michael? I don't know, they missed that. Défaite 3-2, ref n'ont pas été bien called des pénalités, Nicolas. So Charleston win, take the lead 2-1. How was looking tonight, ladies and gentlemen? K-Lap South is in the house. We're getting there. We drop like very quick. Thanks to be everybody. Okay, Saturday, June 4th, 2020, 7:35. The American Hockey League. Laval visit Springfield. Only Saturday, June 4th.
That's
They go
coming up.
only weekend?
That's Saturday, I believe.
Yeah, that surprised me. As a Blues fan, it's sad to see my Blues get crushed and get blown up by the Avalanche in the second round, Rory. Yep, it's not easy. But we are from
That's
South
tough.
Carolina, South Florida. Mr. Justin Cordero is in the house tonight.
Hey, Justin. Welcome.
You know, said Silverson, Italy, but usually we want to keep them, but a lot of the mile there. Exactly, Mr. Renault. Ron, sorry to hear that. Feel better. Mr. Feel better. I'll see what the next step is. You think I want to go to McDonald's Tuesday, which the HD is the most valuable position in the show. Renault said it's on the train vessel and Orlando. Rory, about that time, the like, a snake, a butterfly. Here we go. Rory is ready to rock and roll, Mr. Enotap. It's so weird. Yep. ENORTAP, happy birthday again.
Hey, it's my
And,
birthday every day.
Coach, what is the name of the state you want to go in Thailand? Jose's called it Pattaya. I have a choice between Pattaya and Jambien, but right now I'm looking for Pattaya. Jambien is a little bit outside of the Pattaya. It's like back to back together. But I don't want to go Phuket at the beginning. And Chiang Mai is more like Colorado in the mountains, so I don't want to get there first. Because Pattaya have a Hooters restaurant, so I think that's the reason maybe I go there. But we'll see about that, Mr. ENORTAP. Cole, did you get a chance to look at that YouTube? Oh, yeah. Already last night, Andy, wow, impressive. He showed me someone's called Ichi Boots, I believe, Mr. ENORTAP. I think she has like 1.4 million people. She did all the traveling by bike. It's pretty impressive. I think she was in Mexico or something like that yesterday. I'm sub to my the travel channel. Caleb, thanks so much to hear that. Thank you so much for everybody. Coach, we'll be able to watch all the game from Thailand, even the late one from the West Coast. That's the beauty of this one, Stratsik, because now I can watch the 10 o'clock the night. It will be 10 o'clock in the morning, Mr. ENORTAP, so I can cook at the same time and then checking the game. So I can do a double header a lot. I'm excited about this, and then I can take a nap on the beach after my day. That will be reverse. It will be funny. When I'm going to see them on the 6 o'clock p.m., the show, Mr. ENORTAP, I will be not really awake. It will be 4 o'clock in the morning. So that'll be interesting. But that's another subject. What's during Christmas gets so packed they have to shut down some of the right. Rory, about that. Yeah. Halloween is amazing. Rory, yeah. That or the last salle, Tony Marino leaving Bell Media for the French station, saying he started his YouTube. His boss was upset. That on the last salle, Tony Marinaro leaving the Bell Media for the French station. Saying he started his YouTube channel, his boss was upset. I don't know, Renaud. I don't follow him a lot. I know he have all the kind of publicity, whatever, around his face, but I don't know. He look like he bring a lot of good people. He look like he's doing well. We wish him the best for him in French and English. Bonne nuit, mon Matt. Already go to bed, Matt. Coach, I love your video. Thanks so much. Do that. Just 1 week, 3 days until 12 years old. I go to Cambodia and Laos, Renault. Who is your pick, Rory? What you mean by this pick? Read above Danny, like my favorite initial team. I don't know what he's talking about, but look like Mr. ENORTAP. We are ready to work it out. Mr. Willett, 80, bonsoir. Welcome aboard.
Hey, Willett. Welcome.
So he looked like everybody is not here, Mr. ENORTAP. Oh, we have Mr. Steve G in the house. Mr. Steve G is in the house. I'm going to fix this, Mr. ENORTAP, because right now it's bothering me a little bit. And we need to fix this for sure. Mr. ENORTAP,
get it to that stage, yeah.
Let's starting about the first thing tonight, Mr. ENORTAP, and I'm talking about the Jason
Carolina.
Spencer today.
Yeah, that was I mean, it's not totally a shock. You knew that he was, if not this year, definitely by next year, he would be retired. I don't know how much of a great fit it'll be with being an assistant or a special assistant to Dubas. I'm a bit shocked with that. I thought maybe he would be better suited to try to get into coaching perhaps and follow that path. So I don't really see it as a great fit, but who knows? Maybe there's some kind of special arrangement that's been made with Maple Leaf organization for that. But what a great career! I mean, he's definitely he's had his best numbers in, I would say, Ottawa, and maybe one day his shirt will hang in the rafters there. But he'll be close for Hall of Fame. His numbers are almost there, almost.
Yes, it was like 1,248 game, 336 goal, I believe. 995 point, missed 5 game, 5 points to reach the 1,000. That's another great career for him. Not good enough to Hall of Fame, but what he accomplished pretty good. 19 years in NHL. 7th time he represented Team Canada at friend level tournament, and then he played 2 All-Star games during his career. So, congratulations. I think perseverance, dedication, love the game, passion is about what I remember the most for Jason. Very great IQ, vision, great pass. A lot. Yeah. He's not a good. He scored 30 goals on average, but like it was more about the guy can set up other players around him. What is time with Daniel Alfredson at the beginning of 2000, everything like that. Great. He have a couple of good years with Dallas Star, by the way, before he moved to the Toronto Mr. ENORTAP. So that's what we got at that moment.
Sure.
Anything you want to add?
No, I was just saying, like I said, it's he's had a great career. I probably would have loved to seen him finish off one more year, so he would have had 20, and he definitely would have hit 1,000 points. But you respect and congratulate him for what he's achieved over the years.
Yep, definitely about that. We want to welcome Mr. William McClary with us. Again, our playoffs 7-0 at home, 0-3 on the road. What the rest? What do you think about this one so far?
Hey, you know what I've been calling not only this series but the last one. It's been the Dr. Jekyll, Mr. Hyde series. It's just amazing when you see Carolina at home. They're undefeated. I think they're averaging just over 3 goals and allowing just slightly over 1 goal at home. And then they go on the road and it's the complete opposite. Now, I think it goes a little bit deeper than just home ice, coach. I think it really has to do with the special teams. And as I've been mentioning many times, when Carolina falls behind, and that's what happened the other night as well. They fell behind quickly. I believe it was 2-0. And one of the goals was a power play goal to boot. They just don't have the same firepower as some of the other teams to get back into the game. And that's the problem. Instead, when they get that first goal, they remind me very much of Tampa. They can play a very closed system, defensive, hard hitting. They can dictate the play, and it's very frustrating for the other team and hard to score against. The only problem is going into a game 7, as we all know, anything can happen. And you're playing against a quality goalie like Shesterkin. It'll be a good game.
We're going to talk about this a bit later. Mr. ENORTAP is on the program a little bit later, but great answer for him. Ron with King, I have a question for you. What do you think of Byfield maybe be a part of the trade for Chychrun?
Well, I've been hearing other trades for Chychrun, more so related to Toronto, to be honest with you. As part of a blockbuster trade with Nylander and Liljegren and a first going to Arizona, and in return the Leafs would get Cruz, they would get Chychrun, and their 3rd round pick in 2024. Now again, that's just a rumor. There's all sorts of rumors out there right now, so you have to take everything with a grain of salt. But money-wise, it makes sense. In terms of what it does for both teams, it makes sense. Definitely Toronto would be getting a little bit more grit. They'd be getting possibly, an excellent, number 2 defenseman in Chychrun. The picks are what they are. We still don't know much about 2024 yet. So we'll wait and see. But Byram, I don't see that as much as the possibility with Toronto.
Yep. So right about that one over there, Mr. ENORTAP. We have Mr. Andrews coming right now. I thought you set up him somewhere. Mr. Andrew, welcome aboard.
Guys. How are you doing?
What's this? Eastern Pacific time? What?
No, my headphones went missing, and I'm guessing my cat got a hold of them, and I cannot find them.
I thought it was your wife, but he looked like it's the cat, Mr. ENORTAP. It's happened sometime. I tried to move everybody because my setup was for 4
Welcome,
people.
my
So I
friend.
tried to get everybody here about this
My
one over there.
apologies.
No problem.
Welcome aboard, Mr. Andrew. We're going to catch up with everything what's going on around, so don't worry about this one over there. We talk about NHL news right now, but we have a couple of questions. Mr. RJ mentioned to us, ladies and gentlemen, that the Vancouver Canucks signed Linus Carlson for a 2 year contract. He was drafted at 2018, a third round pick, 87, I can remember. So he's from Sweden. And last year, I believe he played for the Sweden Hockey League. So it'll be interesting. He's jumping now for that league to come back here. And we'll see what's happening to him. Here we go. David Arthur is in the house, Mr. ENORTAP. David Arthur is in the house. Welcome aboard,
Hey,
Mr. David.
How's it going?
Kelly asked you this question. How much of the salary cap does that save us?
That particular trade, I think it was.
I think she's talking about
2
Spencer.
million. Oh, the Spezza. Well, the Spezza one is not much.
$1 million, I believe, was
Yeah,
795.
A million.
Yeah, I don't-
or just,
I think
or just
that's
like-
what she's talking about. I could be wrong here, but that's what the question. I believe that's what she's talking about. About that, I don't think so. Spencer is already out at that moment. With Spencer out, ladies and gentlemen, Toronto is at that moment $74 million with $7 million there, but they have only 17 players signed at that moment. So they have to sign 6 players, Mr. ENORTAP, for about $8 million.
They're going to run into some trouble unless they get rid of a couple
As
players.
anything, they have to figure out about that one over there. Renaud asked you about this, Mr. Andrew. Is Spencer is a Hall of Fame material?
No, I don't think. I mean, he was a great hockey player, don't get me wrong, but I don't think he's Hall of Fame material. I'd like to see him get his jersey hung up in Ottawa, though.
Yep, you're absolutely right about that. We agree with you about this one there. Well, Mr. Charles Killer UT in the house. Ben d'accord avec toi, mon homme, méchant Manuel. I know you see Russ a lot on that stream yet. François Pitt is the back with us tonight. François, next year, the league should be close to the Cup favorite. Mr. François, welcome in the house.
Welcome, Francis.
Hey, François.
Russ maybe show up. Spencer deserve it. Mr. Danny said about this and no cup for like price. That's another one. And Weber. Yep, they all. And then RG said the Islanders signed Ruslan Iskakov for 1.7. Thank you so much for everything about this one over there. I told you catch up. If you have any question, please click on put the letter Q about that one there. And be ready, guys. I have a great question tonight. And I'm already seeing
I'm
Andrew
sure you
laughing
do.
at question number 3. But that's another subject about that one over there. 336 gold only. We thank 400. Renault. Yeah. Unfortunately, he didn't reach. And 5 points missing for the 1,000. That's the best thing about that. Just again, play amazing last night. Kelly said. Talk a little bit later about this one. We said when the second round. About this, Kelly. Subscribe to your other channel, Coach. Thanks so much, Mr. Alan Barnes. About that, Coach. I think your abs get fieller. I'm going to talk about this in the next few seconds, guys. I'm going to get there. Everybody talk about this. I love it. Everybody knows what I'm talking about. The Kings don't really rival. We can keep touch and share with that. And Andrew. Everybody said Andrew. Hi, Andrew. Jose has been promoted to the moderator. So we want to mention, Mr. Andre. Jose Duarte is another moderator of the Hockey National Show, Mr. Andrew.
Oh, nice.
So
Good stuff.
I'll share with you about that one over there.
Jose.
Right on,
and then
Jose.
Danny,
Welcome.
hey, Coach, can you mention it to Andrew? Can we have a new moderator? It was not here earlier, please. Thanks. All right. I think we did it now. Leave out on the verge to becoming the Sharks of the East, the cup favorite every year, but cannot deliver. So far, we cannot complain about this. He's right. Let it play movement for next season, I think.
Round.
Yeah. Yeah, that's
I
going to
agree
haunt
with
them.
you about that one over there. I agree with Sean about not a Hall of Famer. Caleb is agree with us. I'm moving to Washington on Tuesday, so I cannot see. Do that. Enjoy your traveling. Just be careful. The Chicago Blackhawks announced today that they have agreed to the term with the forward Reese Johnson on the 2-year extension run for 2023-2024 at $800,000. Sidney McDavid is in the house, a new member or a new subscriber,
Hey,
I
welcome,
believe.
Sidney.
Welcome for the first time.
Hey, Sydney, welcome.
About that one over there. Strategic, I have a question. If Tampa repeat, should they be considered stronger than the 70s Canadiens or 80s Oilers?
They're, it's going to be great for them to do it in this era for sure. They're definitely going to be considered a dynasty, but I still think you had to have been back in the 70s and stuff to have seen those clubs. Little different era and quite dynamic back then. So that's hard to match.
I kind of see where the question is going though, because it is a lot more difficult to create a dynasty, to develop
sure.
a dynasty today
Yeah.
than it was back then.
Yeah.
But you're right, Andrew. I think in terms of the completeness of the teams, when you looked at those Islander teams, Edmonton teams, the Montreal Canadian teams, there weren't many gaps anywhere.
No, they lasted quite a duration too, at that level. So that's hard to match.
Yeah. I think the recipes is a bit the same thing if you think about this. Goaltender, one great defenseman, and then after that you have the great forward. And if you look about this, that's what they got exactly like Montreal with Dryden. You have Smith, Islanders, you have Vasilevsky, and then you have Edmund, Robinson, Potvin, and then you have Bossy, Trottier, Point, Kucherov, Stamkos. So you can see the same mode repeat about that. But again, it's hard to compare. It's hard to compare 2020 to 1970s or 80s. It's not easy to
Yvonne
compare those kind of
Lambert,
stuff. So.
Rick Sartre,
Yeah.
Gilles Lupien, Bouchard.
That's what happening about this. So we have to go a little bit information, Mr. ENORTAP and Mr. Endo. The first thing I want to talk about is Brett Marchand. We announced like a couple of days ago it was out for couple of months after hip surgery. So I want to mention to you what's the impact about this. He's going to start the season, I believe, 2 months late. What the impact for Brett Marchand for the Boston Bruins? Do you have any comments you want to mention about that?
I'll let you go first, ENORTAP.
Yeah, they'll definitely miss him without a doubt. It's hard to get anybody to replace him, and my fear is sometimes you get to a certain age and these hips surgeries, they take a bigger toll on you than they do. Like I know goalies, it's a little bit more serious because of the type of movement that they have to make in the net, but it's going to probably affect them for sure.
Yeah, it's a big blow. I mean, unfortunately for me, I mean, I've got hip situation myself, so I totally understand it. When you throw the body a lot, you're going to tend to end up in that zone. And even as a player out there, it's the procedure, because I've worked in the hospital many years. It's a big procedure. It's hard on the body, and you never quite come back quite the same, if you know what I mean. There's always something missing, and boy, I say that's going to be a huge blow for Boston. They're going to have to figure something out.
And I wonder how much it'll play in his head when he gets back too, like in terms of taking a heavy hit and being afraid to go in the corners, and well, we'll see.
It's not so much the fair game. It's just your mobility changes totally. Your center of gravity doesn't work quite the same.
Yeah, with Montreal, Paul Byron, we saw that too. He's lost a little bit of speed, and he's not as. I mean, he's still checking, which is solid.
Yeah,
to see
not afraid
at that age, but
he's lost a
not
step
the
or
same.
two.
Yeah, he has.
Yeah.
I think also like it's a lot uncertain over there. So what's happening with Patrice Bergeron? There's another subject over there. Also, they have to figure out about the UFA. What's going to happen with Jake DeBrusk? It's another. So you have a lot of things you have to fix as the Boston Bruins right now, and what direction to go back up, because they never find a way to take David Krejcik when he left. They never find players for that.
Yeah.
You have a lot of center on the market right now, the Kadri, the Trocheck. You have a winger like Forsberg, Goudreau, and everything. So they'll be interesting what kind of move they're going to do, Boston Bruins. And then, the McEnroy is contract pick up next year also. So it's other teams, like a lot of people, someone said earlier, a lot of movement going happening during the off season, and it's another team also is going to be on the move for sure about that one over there. Ron, I have a question about that. Does Dubois need help for Spencer, or is Dubois just looking for the escape, go out of the Dubois Spencer if they get worse?
I think actually, to be honest with you, I think because of his locker room presence, he probably made such an impact. He looks to me to be that type of player, especially with the Leafs. He was a major impact. So I think because of his presence, that's the big thing they want to keep there. He knows how to communicate with these guys, and maybe they have some type of role, closer in with the players to, communication wise. I see a bigger role for him. I just think he may be a part of development. Who knows? But his presence is, I don't think they want to lose his presence.
ENORTAP?
I tend to agree with that. My only concern, because we were talking about this earlier, Andrew, I personally saw him more in a coaching environment because of his presence, and he sees the game very well. So I thought he'd probably go that route. The other thing I worry about is when you make a jump from a player to administration, like he's doing right now. Ideally, you like to do it with a new team. Just I know he has the respect of the room, but sometimes, when somebody is of your equal and all of a sudden becomes your boss, it could sort of create some dissension, perhaps. I don't know if that's the right word for that, but.
I agree with you. I think I would have rather seen him on, in the coaching staff somehow, whether he was working with developing players a certain way. I would have rather seen that. I don't think Dubas chose the perfect position for him.
Yeah. Well, again, he named as a special advisor. So I think for me, it's very hard for the players to leave the ice and you put him already as an assistant coach, because it's the connection already there. I think for me, if you want to go that direction, you better to put him as a director of player development so he can work with the Marlins and he develop those players and that. And don't do anything with the Leaf. Now he choose the top over there because I believe he's going to have some fun, like Vincent Lecavalier, something to go around left and right. And he's going to learn. He reminds me a little bit the Martin Brodeur, the Roberto Luengo. Those people start to the bottom and they set up beside someone to learn the game, everything like that. They learn the management, everything. So I think that's the move, I think, because he's really smart. He's a guy at the same mold as Steve Yzerman in my eyes. He understands the game, he see the game and everything like that. So I don't say he have a career like Steve Yzerman, but he talk about the kind of play he did on the ice for why he understood the game, he grew. I think that's who he is with some kind of leadership. I think it's great for the Toronto Maple Leafs. I've always respect the organization, keep their player around after their career. So I think it's a good move, and I think it's going to be there for a long time. But it will be interesting to follow about that one there. Obviously, Mr. ENORTAP and Mr. Andrew, we don't have the super chat because we can see we have a new kind of graphic for special for the power play. So every time we have a super chat, it's not going to pop up. I did not put everything in function again, but we have a super chat, and we have to go with Charles Killer YouTube channel. Super chat, $2. Rivers. Charles Killer UT. Super chat. Thank you so much, Mr. Charles Killer. By the way, he said in French, he just signed up for 1 year member of the Hockey Nation Live Show. So
Oh, yeah.
thanks so
Nice.
much, Mr. Charles
Awesome. Thank you.
Killer YouTube channel. We really
You're gonna
appreciate
love it.
about that one over there.
Excellent.
I don't know. I missed this one. Well, Mr. William McCleary said that Boston does a top team in the NHL for over a decade. I believe they are the wait down time.
Yeah, I
That's what we
agree. I
expect
agree.
about that one. Then we consider about some news around the league, and we're going to catch up. You guys don't worry about just be caution. And the Chris, Danev. This I want to talk about this because again, another player is going to be on the touch for a couple of months with a dislocation, shoulder surgery, or really play the playoff with a surgery for the last couple of games, and now he paid a price. And I want you to tell me what you think the impact of that have Danev and play anyway with Danev, and now with it, because we're going to talk about someone else after that. So stay on the Danev and not on the other subject for the Flame. But what do you think about the fact they missed a lot? Danev at some point was a problem or not a problem, or how do you feel about him and or the out the lineup?
Yeah, obviously they missed him. I think he's definitely a physical presence. His defensive prowess is very good. He can cover a player if he has to. He can clear players in front of the net with his size. So for sure, whether he's playing or not, like if he's injured, that took a toll, and I think we saw that with the Calgary defense overall.
Yep.
Yeah,
I'm
I'd
doing.
have to totally. I think you said it perfectly. I mean, really, it is an impact. He's one of the more consistent, steady defensemen for them. It was seen, we seen it in the playoffs. That made a difference, and unfortunately, Markstrom didn't show up. So,
Yeah,
with that, I think Tanev healthy might have made a difference.
He's a great second pairing defenseman in NHL. He remind me a lot. Chariot at some point can hit, can
Very
play
smart.
great. If Romanov can become exactly what he is, I think Romanov's going to have a great because Romanov can do exactly what Danev does, physical in the corner, and he can push every time that. His offensive is not that way, but again, Danev bring a lot on the table, and I think they miss him a lot with the fact he was not 100% for sure. We want to welcome Mr. Adrien Cap. Kate?
Listen,
welcome.
Roland, welcome aboard. Thanks to be a part of the show, Mr. Roland. We'll go to answer to your question in the next couple of minutes. I know people answer. Well done, Danny. I'm crossing a finger for the New York Rangers and the Coivula. Charles Hype, Danny, so you're welcome, William, Danny. I'm sorry, I try to catch up with everybody so I can come back over there. Coach Hype, Charles, Danny. Yeah. I have one more and stay on the same team. Johnny Gaudreau, we have the post-season a couple of days ago, eliminated by the Edmonton Oilers in 5 games, surprisingly. He became a UFA at 28 years old, turned 29 years old. An amazing, great, I think 115 points, I believe he got. I could be wrong on that one. It just came in my head. But what do you think about Johnny Gaudreau, stay or out? If he stay, how much? And what do you think if he's not stay, where he's going? And anything you want to talk about, he said it's no matter.
he's going to be pricey. That's the problem. I see him staying. I think they're going to find a way to keep him, and they really should, in my opinion, because if anything, it was their lack of scoring with the Oilers that it showed up, and that there's a guy that can put the puck in the net. So that's one of the few you have. So to me, they should try to make a way. Now, it's going to be a two-way street there. Will he be reasonable? That's the big question. So I see some miraculous deal being made between them because of the connection, but it's all going to depend on him too.
It'll be hard. It'll be hard to create that space, especially with Kachuk that still has to be negotiated. And they want to hang on to him. My only thing with Gaudreau is obviously he's a very talented excellent player in the league. This year he had it was his best year ever. Um, there's no doubting that. But come playoffs, I don't know. It's a different story with him. And if he's going to command, $9.5, $10 million as a starting point, and wants term with that as well, I'll show you the money if you show me the points in the playoffs. That's when it
He did
counts.
this year. He had
I haven't
14
seen
points, 13 and 12 games.
He did pretty good. He did pretty good.
in the first round. Yeah, but in the second round, you have to take that first game out of the equation. 9-5. I thought that both teams decided not to play. Goalies were optional in that game. But ever since then, when they needed him the most, he wasn't there.
I agree to a level, but again, I think the biggest problem is there's not enough scoring potential on that team, to tell you the truth. It's him and Kachuk.
Yeah, that's true.
on both,
That's
right?
true.
You know what I mean?
I think
So I
for
think
me,
that-
I would say it wasn't. Listen, you cannot win any series if you take the lead after you win 9-6 and you take the lead two times after that, 2-0, and then you
Yeah.
give away those games. It's a team concept, honestly, and Maxim didn't do his job. But it's not only Goudreau. Where was Kachuk? I think for me, Kachuk maybe play with
Lindholm.
injuries, right? And then after that, the 240. Where was 240 about that? The
Oh,
last two games, the
George.
best player for me was Michael Backlund. I think
I agree.
Backlund did a good job over McDavid the last game to cover him a lot, and I think he was pretty good. Coleman stepped
Yeah.
up a little bit more around, but it was too late. The offensive breakdown at the end of this series, and I have to give credit for Edmonton, but that's
Too
happening.
many
About
forwards
Goudreau.
didn't show up for Calgary. Too many forwards weren't up to par.
Yep.
Yeah.
And we have Mr. Matt Gonzo in the house. La Zone Rouge podcast. Thank you to be a part of the show. RJ said the defenseman Brennan McNabb signed a 3 years contract. I thought he did earlier about that, but maybe I missed that one. Coach, do you think the league will trade Nylander?
So
It's funny because I don't know why he see my screen, Mr. But he was on the news tonight, Mr. ENORTAP, and Drew, we're supposed to talk about William Nylander tonight. So William Nylander is another one on to talk about. Honestly, what I want to talk to you guys is about the trade bait, and then talk a little bit more about the trade bait. One of them is Nylander, and tell us a little bit what your expectation for the Toronto Maple Leafs.
Well, we've kind of talked about this before. I mean, there's nothing that they can do, nor should they, with Matthews and Marner at this point. So it comes down to Tavares and Nylander. And so if you want to address the right side of your defense, you want to address some gritty players that are needed on the third and fourth line, you got to give something up. And it looks like, Tavares has it's either, I'm not sure if it's a no trade clause or a modified trade clause. I think it's a no trade clause if I recall. So,
Pretty sure.
he's not gonna go anywhere, especially at $11 million. Nobody's gonna bite at this point unless
no
the
close.
salaries retained. No
Nylander?
trade.
Nylander?
No, Tavares.
Tavares. Oh, he's full.
Yeah.
So he's not going to go anywhere. So the only blue chip that they have available to try to solicit some help in those areas has to be Nylander, and his contract, given his production, his contract is reasonable.
Yeah, Tavares is 31 years old, right?
Yeah.
He's still not old,
No, he's not. He's not.
right? And I understand $11 million, right? But he have only 2 more years after that. So he's going to be out at 34. It's a little bit exactly what Claude Giroux is. It's maybe $2
Yeah.
million more over what he should get paid, about $9 million. I understand that part over there. But Tavares, what he bring on the table, if he was at $9 million, that would be excellent because the 11 hurt them. The 2 million, 2.5 hurt them, honestly. My problem is, okay, we have a really good asset to trade. It's Nylander. Who do you get? A right defenseman? Do you get a goalie? That's those questions. I don't know where you trade him and what you get in return. You cannot get both bees at the same time.
That's right.
Yeah, but
You're right.
the one I proposed, well, I didn't propose it. I heard as a rumor that one with Arizona, that blockbuster trade. I mean, to me, that makes sense for both teams. Whether it'll happen, is anybody's guess. Like I said, these rumors you have to take with a grain of salt because at this point, everybody.
He's a left defenseman.
He's a left defenseman, but he offers some physicality. He's another player to play on the power play that can quarterback.
Who play on the right defenseman? You still stuck with Justin Howe?
I agree. You got a problem there.
Well,
you got to fix the right side.
But they can do other things. Like they still have other options to try to get. They can address it through the draft. They can address it through a free agency, a trade. They can still do something to get.
If you think about this,
right
Mr. Nortap, you have Riley, Brody, Mazen, Giordano. Now you add Chilgren. They're all 5 left defensemen.
Right. And so I think this would make Muzzin expendable. And so maybe if you package him with, I don't know, Mrazek or something, because they're going to have to address goaltending because I do not personally believe that Campbell will come back. So that's another issue that they have to address.
I really believe me, I will not trade. If I trade Nylander, I have to get a goaltender and a right defenseman. I cannot go with a left defenseman. He's not helping what I'm looking for. I need a goaltender, so I need John Gibson first. Then I have a right defenseman, second pair, third pair over there to get one. Maybe patch up Kerfoot, or maybe pack another one with that part, and I will get a Marechek with that part over there. I will try to get that one, or a bottom 9, bottom 6 forward about that one over there. I will not try to get a left defenseman. I understand Chikrong is great. I understand it's $4 million that fit on the salary cap. But again, after that, they will have to make some move. And whatsoever are going to trade Marzin, they still have 4 right, left D, and they're still looking for something. And Marzin, guys, he's not young. He's 33 right now at $5.6 million. And you have no close, but you have a selection of 10 team, I believe. But again, for 2 more years, so you'll be 35. It's not like a piece of the puzzle to move quickly or fast or something like that.
Yeah.
My point to you is like I would not do this if I was Toronto with check round. I was targeting something else. But I understand what you mean because I was talking about this earlier. About that, let's check in. We have to welcome unroll the red carpet because he's in the house. Mr. Nooner, Roger, welcome back.
Welcome,
Hey, Roger. Welcome.
And directly from Brazil, welcome Mr. Igor Pereira. Welcome aboard.
Welcome here.
Yeah, welcome.
And if you are new here or you maybe the first time you do the Power Play show, guys, if you have a question, put the letter Q in front of your question. And so, but you're not there. It will take time. It's just the show is up and down where we stop. We talk about subject. And then after that, we come back to pick you up, your question, everything like that. So if you talk just blah, blah, blah between one of you guys, we're not going to talk. We'll jump in with you guys because we don't want to get about this one over there. Ronald's a good road to the Buffalo Sabres.
I don't see it. I don't know.
No, I don't either.
I don't see it.
The problem, Ronald, is because you don't have enough money because Jeff Skinner at $9 million, he has too many players get up. But he's a good, you know what I mean? Like, if you think about this, he could be a good asset over there. But
you know who should be looking at him is if Florida could unload, like Bobrovsky or something, get their money down. that would be a great fit, I think, for them. Goodrow.
Yep. Goodrow would be one by any team. Great player. I agree with you, Steve, about that one there. What's up, Avalanche? This X Lightning for the final. Please hit the likes if you turn on that. Share. Danny, you are a great listener too. Kelly was using everything like that. What did you say, Danny? Did you hear everything? They duck each other. Here we go. William, I do not see Goodrow stay in Calgary. It will demand too much. They are a lock. The hell is his excellent to me that said goodbye.
That's going to be the key.
Possible.
It is definitely the key. It's going to be all up to him whether he's willing to negotiate and come down to stay there. If he wants the money, he's gone.
The only thing I would say to you guys is maybe only because if it's happening, stay in Calgary because they would try to trade or they have something to trade Sean Monahan.
True. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the only thing.
But also,
a better chance to keep Tkachuk and Goodrow together.
if you go back a year prior to this year, 2 years ago, at that point, it looked like he was very discontent being in Calgary, especially when, Sutter made a point of sometimes sitting his butt on the bench because he wasn't playing the kind of defense that he wanted him to adhere to. I was surprised that this year they seem to get along, but then, when you're successful and you're winning, a lot of things get swept under the carpet. So I don't know if there's still any pending animosity between those two, because that could help make the decision one way or the other.
Yeah.
Free snow shoveling, though, I tell you, man.
We want to wish a speed recovery and good luck to Mr. Roger for his knee about that. So we want the rest. Two players we're going to talk about before we talk for the second round. We talk about the next prediction. And this one is JD Miller. I have some rumor left and right about JD Miller, maybe a deal with the Toronto Maple Leafs or the New York Rangers or the New Jersey Devils. And they will sign a Bo or Rat. What do you think about this?
I think it's a great acquisition if the Leafs could get him.
They could get him.
I mean, you're talking about a guy that can score, get points. He's a leader. He's a gritty player. He's even good on the faceoffs. Like, this guy can play at any time and at any position. Yeah, that would be great. But I think there would have to be quite a haul. No pun intended with Justin Hall, but there'd be quite a haul the other way going to Vancouver if you wanted JT.
I think you're right.
Turn 30 years old, 5.2, one more year, and after that, you become UFA at 31 years old.
Great player.
Yeah. I would do it and then sign him next year again, Toronto, if I were them.
Exactly.
But again, what's it going to take? What do you think it would take, Coach?
And 2 years?
Well, no, right now, if the Leafs wanted to trade for him, what would the return have to be?
Do you think Nylander alone would do it?
No.
Nor do I.
No, but you're not going to pay too much after that.
Right.
You get 34 goal in return. I know you have a one great season, but I'm not saying you're going to pay him a lot after that. Maybe a second round pick or something like that.
I think you're right, though. I think that's the type of piece they're missing. Really, that's the type of guy they need. Might get them over the hump.
I think they'd have to throw in a prospect, somebody maybe like Robertson, to complete that deal.
But you're not going to give them 3 versus 1 for sure. It's too much. Miller is 1 year, like is this year. He has like
it's with the understanding that they
have 99 points this year, but before that he's only 46 points, 1 point. Then after that 47. It's like Goodrow. I'm always worried the hockey is changing a lot, but those one season with higher like this year, I will be on my guard before I open up too much for those kind of. Do it again. Show it to me one more year, and then I will see about that. Oh, he's still. If I'm Vancouver, I don't trade him.
Yeah, I agree.
I wouldn't either.
I'll be honest with you. What's happening is going to be UFA next year. So when you go to trade that line, now you're going to get something bigger and at that moment, and then you can make a move over there. That would be my my option, my point about that one over there. About that,
And you gotta
please, je
look at
demande une question,
Vancouver.
Yann. You can. I'm sorry.
I'm just saying you got to look at Vancouver. They're definite contenders to get into the playoffs next year, especially with Boudreau returning. Like this team has talent, so they
And
just
he's
got
a
off
big
to a
piece.
bad start.
He's a big piece of that team. You know.
Absolutely.
Yep. However, full not trade close, William McCleary said. I tried to catch up with the people said, do we are going. Where do you leave find 35 gold player like Nylander?
JT Miller.
There's internet.
If I-
Leave bigger problem is
if I
seeing a
think
goalie
I would-
and find one.
That's going to be interesting.
Yeah, they got to
That's-
get a goalie. I mean, Gibson to me makes sense with Anaheim if they can pry him loose. There's a couple of other options out there, but to me, that's probably the most solid one for sure.
Jose heard like Justin Old to San Jose for the 4th-round pick. Not that bad about that one.
Yeah.
That'd work. That'd
So I
work.
think I have a question. Can the Oilers move Zach Cashin at 2 years at 3.2 remaining, and Dyson Barry 2.4 points remaining without retaining salary, seeing Kane, Yamamoto, Budget, et Kulak to bend the losing Cashin Barry?
I think they can, right? I think. I mean, Barry might be a bit tougher to unload that value, but there's still, especially in the regular season, not so much in the playoffs. There's still room for a player of Cashin's ilk. He adds that physical element. He opens up ice for some of the more talented players. I mean, for quite a while he played on the McDavid line before Hyman got there. So yeah, I think he can go, and there'll be teams that'll bite. Barry, I think it could be done as well, but it'll be a little bit tougher.
No,
Great.
I have the trade already.
Okay.
I don't
Let's hear
save
it.
him a lot of money. You save about $1.1 million, but every money you save is pretty good. Tyson Barrie for the Montreal Canadiens for Joel Armia for 1 more year.
I'd do that. Yeah, I'd do that.
No,
And
I don't. I'll be honest with you. I don't want Tyson Barrie anywhere near the young defenseman that we're going to have in
Sure.
Montreal. He's gonna promote nothing but bad defensive structure.
yeah,
And
on that
I'd
side,
rather-
yes. But that would
Yeah,
save
you're
you. That would give you a chance to have a right defenseman tank for 1 more year, and then after that, they open the door for the rest about that. If you add Letank, if you add Trocheck, Kadri, now you're not tank anymore. So you try to make a deal where you can tank without hurt too much about that one over there. And the one things, if you want to learn to play offense, power play, quarterback, Tyson Barrie can teach you to play hockey. And that will helping a lot Justin Barron about that one there. Tyson Barrie as a quarterback offensively, quarterback power play, maybe the top 8, maybe 5 in the NHL about everything. I see him so many times at Colorado Avalanche, night after night. The guy is amazing. The under the side, that's another subject. Remind me a lot of Wegar, and better to Wegar, but that's the kind of player you can see a lot about that one over there.
Well, just 2 things there. I agree with that assessment. The two questions. They're not related though, except they both deal with Edmonton. Number one, when Tyson Barrie was with the Leafs, he did not produce offensively. I don't know why, to be honest with you, because he's always produced wherever he's been. And I remember one season, it took him almost 50, 55 games before he scored his first.
I can tell you why,
goal.
the reason why.
Yeah.
They put him on the unit number 2, and they keep Morgan Riley. When he was Colorado, was the unit number 1. So if you always beat like on unit number 2, you're not going to get those kind of points close. Look what he got right now with Edmonton when he's on number 1. He got those points over there. That's the that if you want to say the if you want to know the reason why he did not perform at Toronto,
Yeah.
that's the reason why he got that one there. You have 39 points, 70 games, so it's about like a little bit left about that one there. Usually it was if you follow him, 57, 59, 48 and 56 with Edmonton, and 41 this year and 73 all year, about 7-8 goals. My point to you is like if you put him at because that's what only he gave to you is power play one. If you don't put him on power play one, it was a really bad trade or bad signature for the Toronto when they got him.
Yeah.
You know
And,
what I mean?
and
Like,
my other question or comment really, I think Edmonton will probably end up getting rid of one of their two goalies, and I think it'll be
Koskinen, he's gone.
Koskinen.
He's already signed with European. He's UFA.
Oh, he's gone.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So that'll save some money right there as well.
All right. Let's move on. Sorry about that, Mr. Andrew. We're going to give you the next one for you. Here we go. Caleb, will Eisenman try to get any player currently in the Tampa Bay organization?
If they become available, I'm quite sure he would. There's no doubt in my mind. With his connections there, and he's got a good insight on that team. If someone becomes available and has to be unloaded, don't be surprised if Stevie's waiting for them.
I still believe Eisenman is upset because I think he will trade Bertuzzi for Matthew Joseph. That's the pass. All right? Now, can Eisenman try to bring Audrey Palat with the Detroit Red Wings?
That wouldn't shock me. Wouldn't shock me. I could see that happening. Yeah.
That's the only way I would say we collapse about that one over there. I would be curious about that one over there. The rest, I don't see any other. But I still believe they could have Bertuzzi and understand they make a good deal, Chicago, and fine. But I would be curious. They will open the door to get Mathieu Joseph for Bertuzzi about that. Jose said, check run to the leave. All right. And Mr. Trevor, 4 IV. Thanks so much. Again, be patient. We're going to respond. We don't leave the building before the last. Andrew can sleep on the live here. It's not a big deal. We're going to answer to all the questions. Don't worry. Will the Oilers win versus Colorado? We're going to give you this answer in the next 20 minutes. Unfortunately, Trevor, we're going to go on the next subject. But be patient. We're going to get there about that. Richard Farley. Welcome back, Mr. Richard Farley and Trevor, guys, by the way.
Hey, Richard. Welcome.
Do you think Toronto should give Georgiev a look at the goalie?
Not as a starter.
No.
He's a
He makes me
UFA.
nervous. He makes me nervous, though. Even I know the Habs had him in their sights a bit, too. I'm not totally sold on him or Samsonov, to be honest.
He's like,
I mean,
you have already one of this called Mirecek.
I think he's a little bit of an upgrade to Mrazek.
Yeah, he would be better than
that, but not much. Not much.
Okay.
Remember, and nobody talk about this. How's Rentas doing in Carolina? How
Well,
Anderson's
exception
doing in
of-
Carolina?
Yeah.
Wes Marechek is coming from where?
Exactly.
My point to you is like when you play with a solid defensive zone coverage, a great defenseman in front of you, your point get better and better and better. So
True.
so I just want to just follow with that one over there for sure. I will not touch Georgiev. I don't know. I have no confidence. Montreal talk about this.
I know.
If I'm Toronto, and I don't know how they can fix this, and this is open the door right now.
Spezza will fix it.
Nylander
Yeah.
to the Capitals for Samsonov and a forward
Not
at the
so much.
bottom and a defenseman, right defenseman they have over there. Behind Carlson, they have Schultz or Jensen over there. Nylander, Samsonov, Jensen, Kerfoot, Nylander, Justin Old. And do whatever it is. Wow. Coach just great a big trade right now. Where's the phone number for Kyle?
Wait.
You guess? Kyle!
Here you go, Coach. Here.
I'm telling you right now, this is not bad. It's not a bad trade over there. 25
Run it
years
by
old,
me
$2
again.
million per year.
Run
Samsonov,
it by me again.
RFA, you get a great defenseman, Jensen O'Shoes, and then you get another forward if you want to get there. And Nick Down, example, maybe not there anymore. He's still there. He was straight, Arizona. And then you get also the others get the Capitals get a younger guy, Nylander, after they are getting older. I don't know the mega trade there, but I just steer the pot right here. It's not a bad idea here.
Yeah. As long as he doesn't come, as long as we don't go after Samsonov, I'm not convinced on him.
I'm not either.
Samsonov is a great goaltender. You're going to see him.
I hope maybe with time. But right now, he's got to prove himself.
You know what he remind me? Everybody complain about Max Strom.
He lost his job this year.
Max Strom in Florida was looking bad. Max Strom was up and down in Vancouver. When you get a goaltender, a great system, what he did, 9 shootout this year. So when you have a great system, Samsonov is going to be fine. The defenseman of this year with Washington was terrible. Terrible. Oh, yeah. One OB was Washington with Barry Trotz, what he got, great number. When you have a great system, the goaltender is pretty good, you're going to be fine. Samsonov needs to be with a good system following him there. The problem with that, the defenseman got hurt a lot. They missed a lot of Orlov last year. And but again, I believe Samsonov at his age is not his full potential yet. He can be very good. Look what he did against Florida Panthers. He had a very good series.
I don't disagree. I just need to see more. I need to see more. Yeah. That's all.
René said New Jersey second overall pick for Miller. I love that. I love that. I love that.
Never thought of that, but that's a good one. That's a good one.
I think they'll last for more in New Jersey.
Oh, yeah, yeah. But you start this right now with a second overall pick for Miller, right? And then after that, you build something around. You can get something big. Second overall pick with Pavel Zacha for J.D. Miller and Harlander.
See, I like J.D. Miller. I think Vancouver would be making a mistake to let him go.
Yeah, I think so.
Rutherford is talking about retaining 50% salary. René talk about for the Vancouver Canucks. Will Gibson be traded to the league, Jose Duarte?
Hearing a lot of it. Hearing a lot of rumors.
You talk about this a lot, about that one there. Coach, what do you analyze McDavid doing on the ice to lift himself to the level he is at the playoff? He's getting better, how shooting more. I think he's doing that. What?
Oh, to me, I mean, I think all the difference with them picking up Kane made that much difference for McDavid's game. He could do more with an extra weapon out there and made a difference. Took some pressure off.
Definitely. It balanced their scoring. It wasn't just they were able to put Draisaitl back on the second line for the most part, and when they really need him, you notice he's always with McDavid. You know, you got guys like Ryan Nugent-Hopkins that stepped up. You got Kane that stepped up. Hyman, of course, you know, has been out of this world. You know, but more importantly, I think, you know, what's the old saying? Cream always rises to the top, and that's what McDavid is showing right now. He's putting this team on his shoulders and saying, "I need you to follow me." And the rest of the players are taking the cue. Now, will they go all the way? That remains to be seen. But he's definitely overcome one of the major obstacles that he's had in the past. So we'll see.
Great question for William. Do you believe he skated better this year from last year? Do you think he showed better this year from last year? Do you feel he played better overall compared to last year? Yes or no?
I think he's shown more patience this year. There were points last year that if you got a good defender on him,
you're getting closer. You're getting closer.
His frustration showed a lot last year. Where now
there's more maturity.
You got it now. The word is maturity. Everybody have to go the under the side. When I'm talking about this, right, is like it's rare, and you can go Michael Jordan, everybody, LeBron James. it's rare you win at your first 2, 3 years in any sport. You need to go through learning what it takes. I went to the NHL coaches, and my backup. It was so good talking to people and behind the mic. And I still remember he said, "Look, you need to become a professional." And he was said all the time this: you need to learn to become a professional hockey player. It's the same way in the playoff, Mr. ENORTAP. You need to learn to win. What it takes, right?
Sure.
I'll give you another players, and both of them met each other. McKinnon last year, how frustrated he was after he lost against Vegas. How was upset, how angry he was returning that. Look what happening the last game again, the St. Louis, they lost. After the game, he said, let's go back, we're going to have a good time, just have a good time again. That's simple. Why? Because now they learn with maturity and learning how they have to react after a game, after disappointment, after stage challenge, everything like that. It's a curve. It takes a time process to go all the way. They are the same skater. They stick angling the same way. They have the same vision. They are all. But what is missing is those kind of quality. Of course, Oilers is better this year. The Kane and the other people, Kulak, I can add like that, right? I can see what the CONN. I understand that. But at the end of the day, they are the same quality player they was in the back. It's just they learn the maturity, they become what it takes to the next level. Kucherov and Tampa Bay did it a couple of years ago. Toronto, they knocked the door. They can laugh about 5 years ago. It's not the same thing anymore. They knocked the door. I'm telling you right now, if they find a way to get just one tweet of what they had, I'm telling you right now, Toronto will be really dangerous next year. I wouldn't be surprised to click the first round next season. I have no problem. Look at the Panthers. Panthers last year, what they did, they lost the first round. What they did this year, they lost the first round, and they won the first round, right? So again, it's a one step, 1 to 3 years it takes to go the next round, and to go all the way. So it's not like 100% a guarantee, but I'm telling you right now, that's what they at right now, McDavid and McKinnon, and one of them is not going to go the next level. But again, for me, you said at the right time, it's maturity. Great question. Is a great way to do that about that. Buck School gang in the house.
Hey, welcome.
Will Gibson be traded to Toronto? Yeah. We answer. Who win the round number 3? We're going to get there. Everybody want to talk about this. Let's just compare about this. Luciano Graziano in the house tonight.
Hey, Luciano.
Good to have signed Bo Ovat next summer at the UFA, a right become third center or the top 6 winger.
I don't think so.
No. Doesn't work for me.
Horvat.
No.
He's not going nowhere. That's the reason why they tried J.D. Miller, because they want to sign the 27, 3 years younger at Miller. That's the reason to do that. And they bought them almost the same contract about that one over there. The owners also can afford to take back to the guys. They might have the package barrier with a pick for something to let go. So they have to let him go, Stratsik. But who's going to take on the right defenseman? Stratsik, when you have only a Bouchard, and after that you have to go with Cody Ceci. It's shaky. Ceci should be a third pairing. They will have to figure out something for sure. Do you think the Tampa last right, then start rebuilding? Bug the Monkey ask you that about the Monkey. We lost about the Monkey also. Box School, he said, do you think that Tampa last right about that one there? What do you think about this?
I do think that this is Tampa's last year of winning it. I do, but I still think they have enough left to always be a threat, if you understand what I mean. They got to start working on a couple of new pieces now. They're past that point. They got to start finding some new product there. But I do think they're nowhere near the threat they were a year ago, 2 years ago. They're getting older. Age is starting to show on them. But I do think they will accomplish it this year. But next year, they'll still be a threat. They're not going to fall apart.
Yeah,
right.
They've always been successful at replacing certain players that they lose, and they've managed. say what you will about the playoffs and exceeding the salary cap at that point. I mean, they're playing within the rules. Those rules exist for
That's right.
everybody.
That's right.
They were just bright enough to figure that out right away, and
Mhm.
the circumstances fit the situation, so it put him in a great advantageous position. As long
Exactly.
as I look at goaltending, as long as Vasilevsky's there,
He'll be
uh,
a
you
threat.
got you got you got Hedman, Sergachev, McDonough's still there. Up forward, they're still strong at center. Like they may or may not win again, but they're going to be contenders for sure.
Yeah.
Thanks so much. Steve G, the reason why the Perduzzi situation for the Detroit, I just want to mention to you, is because he's 27 years old. He'll be 28. He's at 4.7, but he have an agreement for he was supposed to be at 5,000. It's a little bit salary cap. I don't want to go deeper, but he become a UFA next year. And next year, they have Sutter, they have Sundqvist, they have Ernie, they have Larkin. So if you look about this, they will have to figure out something at some point. And I believe that's what the rumor last season, they talk about him maybe to get trade at some point, Steve.
Plus, the team was not happy with that whole vaccination issue. That
That's another
the
point also there.
he had to
Yeah.
miss a number of
Some
games
bad
in
blood.
Canadian
Yeah.
cities, so it left a bit of a bad taste in their mouth, and
Yeah.
I can see him definitely leaving.
Caleb said, what about the former Red Wing Helm with the winner of the goal against the St. Louis Blues? Remember, he was in 2004, I believe, or 2014. 14. He did the winning goal in overtime for when he was young with the Missouri Red Wings. And
Someone to
did that.
watch.
So,
Yeah.
Yeah.
Matt Goenzo said, no chance for Bertuzzi is not vaccinated to play in Canada.
Dave,
Luciano, Spencer, Elite Office. This team is dumb. Luciano said about him. About that, Toronto, trade Nylander, Lindgren, and first overall check run Cruz third round for next year.
yeah, we talked about that. Yeah.
The people
Yeah.
talk about, I'm telling you right now, I don't have no clue why they will do that.
The only I agree with. I see both of your points. I agree with you, Coach. There's no sense, but I do see Intertap's point if they were to unload Muzzin.
But all night we
That's
talk
the only
about
way I
people,
do it.
we talk about Tyson Barry, right? So
Yeah.
if you leave Mazin, you don't get anything in return. All right, so Mazin's
True.
gone. So you got him a third round pick, whatever it is. Nobody would get him at 34 years old at $5.5 million. So my
That's
question
the
to you
problem.
after that is,
See,
okay, who's the goaltender and who play in the right defenseman? I still have Chikrin. I'm happy about him. But who's cool in my right defenseman now?
Yep. Still the
My
same two
point behind
problems.
this is just said, the trade is good. I have no problem with that part. You get Chinkran,
Yeah.
you get Long Cruz. That's a good one. But you don't fix what the problem is. You still have the
Right.
same problem. It's just you turn the card of the team. And
Yeah.
that's
Yeah.
what I'm thinking about this.
Plus, I don't
agree.
like the fact that with that rumor that the Leafs are giving up in 2024 a first round pick. I don't like that.
They're not organized about that.
Yeah.
What takes on West
Not
bracket?
good
Who
news.
went? What takes on the East bracket? Who went? We're getting there, Mr. Buck. Brendan Sikora, welcome aboard. Kirby Tack rumor are very questionable to me about that one. There's another rumor left and right. It's time for the trade bait. And Cody Back was associated to get trade for the Chicago Blackhawks. Michael Devino talk about this a bit. What you think about this? Do he should be traded to the Montreal should run after him or any other team in NHL?
We're talking about Kirby
like,
Dach.
yeah,
I like
I would
Kirby
love,
Dach.
I would
like
love
him.
to have him in Montreal. I just don't know what the
Cost.
return would have to be.
Yeah. That's my problem.
Because he's got size, he can score. This guy would be a great addition to the youth group that Montreal has moving forward.
Yeah,
Just how do you fit it in in their salary situation, or what has to go back the other way to
that's
accommodate
the
that?
problem. I just think there's too much would have to go back.
Yeah,
Yeah,
too
they
much for him. He's
probably
only
ask.
21 years old, and
I know.
he's a 1 year, 2 years before he reached her full potential about that one over there. You have
Right.
a lot of potential there. We'll see what happens about that. I think we
I like.
skip. Go ahead.
Yeah, I say I like him a lot. I love his game, and I think it only, like you say, I think it's only going to get better. It's just cost. So they got a decision to make. If they can make the right deal, that's fine. But what do you give up?
That's right.
Matt Gonzo said Keller or Kachuk. Keller for Arizona or Kachuk for the Calgary. For the 7th overall pick, Eric Backstrom at Prospect B.
Let's see that again.
Keller for Arizona
Yeah.
for Eric Backstrom, first the 7th overall pick this year, Ottawa, and also Prospect B. Or the Calgary trade Matthew Kachuk to Ottawa for the 7th overall pick, Eric Backstrom, and the Prospect B.
Yeah, but Keller's on Arizona. Kachuk, is he talking about Brady Kachuk or Matthew?
Yeah,
No, the
Matthew.
brother, Matthew. Put the brothers together. Yeah.
Oh, I see. Um,
I think it'd cost more, though. I think they'd have to
yeah,
give up more to get him.
I'm not sure that'll do it.
No. I think the cost would be too high.
Yeah.
All right. Round number 3. We can start very quickly to talk about the game number 7 tomorrow night, the Carolina versus the New York Rangers.
Be
Quick
good.
prediction. What you thinking? What you feel? You can go and tell us what you think, and then we can finish after that the prediction, the round number 3.
Well, I tell you, my whole view on that series has changed. I thought Carolina had that series, but I knew they had a problem, in the net for sure with no Anderson there. Ranta's done well, but he's not Anderson's level. But this home game, ice game thing is a problem, and it's going to burn them. It's eventually going to catch them. They don't have the. I'm concerned that New York may have enough firepower to pull up. All they got to do is win once, on the road, and it's starting to look in their favor the way Shesterkin's playing phenomenal. So I'm a little
Only one.
concerned. I'm
You,
hoping for the Canes, but I tell you, it's starting to look like New York.
Kokanemi 3 goals tomorrow night.
and when's that video coming, Coach?
It's coming. We wait.
It's
We have to
coming.
be eliminated.
Okay. You know what? In all fairness, I mean, Carolina should have this. They should have had it already.
Yep,
It's been. I know it looks very much a home and home series here as it was in the last round,
one
but
game.
it's the problem is it's their special teams, and
Yep,
Carolina has a difficult time because they don't have the explosive offensive pieces that other teams have. That once they fall behind 1 or 2-0, it's difficult for them to get back into the game. However,
yep.
when they get a 1 or 2 goal lead, they are probably the most difficult team to try to get back into the game against. So my fear is this: they should win this game 7. Carolina should. But when you have a goalie of Shesterkin's ilk, like this he could turn this whole game around. I mean, he hasn't really stolen a game. He's just played very, very well for the
Very well.
Rangers, but he could very well decide to be
It's
impenetrable
different.
tomorrow night.
Yeah,
It's all
And having
depends.
answered
Yeah,
that,
2 things about that. What is there?
it's a tough series. It's a
and
really good one.
I was just going to add, and here's the dilemma for me. I think Carolina will probably go through, but I think the Rangers would be the better matchup against Tampa Bay than Carolina will be. just because of the goaltending.
Yeah,
I think I would say more. I think the physicality of Rangers match more than probably also. Yeah, you have a
That's
Reeves,
true.
you
That's
have
true.
yeah.
you know those kind of the right there. I think Carolina don't have those kind. It's Max Domi right now. He look like more like a
Yeah.
chicken around Reeves. So I think right now I would be for that point, and we have a just second. It can be the Vasilevsky and return.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah.
number 7, everything could happen over there. We heard
But you know,
today. We heard today they would maybe bring back Justin Williams for game number 7 tomorrow night. Williams score every 7 game when he play in hockey. So possible Justin Williams will dress up tomorrow night.
Oh man.
I love them. But you know, this is a very big feather in the cap for the Rangers. It shows that they're moving up the ladder quicker than they expected.
Yeah, yeah, definitely.
Before
And here's
we go to the third round, Mr. Richard Farley, I have a question for you guys. How much Stars game make next season?
which Kane, Evander?
Yeah.
Evander, I think.
Well, if he's not selfish, I mean he has to look at this
Gotta be
long term.
realistic.
He's got to look at long term. He can't come in all of a sudden start demanding $5-6 million
Right.
or more because I mean yeah there'll be somebody out there that'll bite and take it, especially the way he's played, but that could turn out to be a mistake if he signs a 1-year contract again and shows to Edmonton that
Prove it.
look, it wasn't a fluke last year, and I helped out these players as well, and I was a bit of a bodyguard as well, and I could score, and I have speed, and I can shoot, and I'll prove it again. Then Edmonton could sign him, maybe for how old is he now? 27, 28,
Oh, no, 29.
29.
Yeah.
So I can see, yeah, if he hits 30 years of age, I can see him signing, maybe possibly a 3 to 4 year contract following this upcoming year.
He just
Right.
turned 30.
30. Yeah.
But I think you're right, ENORTAP. I think give him a 1-year deal. Let him prove it first so that you know for sure. Then give him something more after.
The only thing I would say to you is 1 year, $5 million, right? How much it will cost you after that?
That's it. That does get problematic.
So my point to you, I would risk me 3 years at $5 million.
Now?
He's 33 years old. He's going to become UFA after that. Right? He is UFA. So what you do,
But I worry.
you go 3
I
years.
worry about what's between the ears.
He's just a new wife. She's smart. She's
Right.
pretty. She's good. And she's control him. And he'll be fine.
What are you doing, Coach?
But be honest with you also, right? Another
How
thing.
come we don't know her?
Another thing, and I know Andy live over there, but some people live in Edmonton. But Edmonton is not like a city like New York, Vegas, California, LA. It's really more like, like it's a city really quiet, more like anything else for me. So he's at the right spot. He's at the right players. For me, I would say, look, I don't know where you can get somewhere else. If you want to play with Arizona or whatever you want to go. But we're going to give you a 3 years contract, $5 million. The owner is going to benefit a long term with that part over there.
Yes,
and
yes.
he's enjoy it
Most
right now.
likely.
Have a great time. Why not to give him something where now he's happy at that moment? Just
True.
get a new baby. For me, I would do that one there. Now, can he come back at 5.5, 6 million? Something. But if you want to sign him to give a little bit more benefit for Edmonton, get your guarantee, because the year after that, you're going to lose him. If you don't
Yeah.
give him $7 million or $8 million at 31, at 3 years contract, he's scoring again 35 goal, 40 goal. He's going to go all the way for the bank. So
How much did they sign him for this year?
$1 million.
$1 million. Yeah.
Right, for
What
the
a
rest
deal.
of the year. So
What a deal.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, there's
that
no
would be my
casino in
suggestion about that
Edmonton.
one.
Like
Yeah.
if I'm him,
There's no
I'm
casino in
thinking
right?
this team gave me a shot when nobody else would. Number one.
Right.
Number two, I'm playing with probably two of the best players in the league. Like,
Yep.
why would I want to leave that situation? Right. And they're
True.
possibly they're one of 4 teams that could possibly win the cup this year. So,
I think
for me,
for
it's
me
a
it would be a good for both parties. We turn that before we move on to that series, Edmonton and all this. If Tampa Bay play Carolina or Tampa Bay play New York Rangers, what is your prediction for the next one over
Tampa
there?
Tampa will win that series either way. It's going to be a 6 or 7 game series, though.
well, I gotta admire Andrew. He's said that from the beginning, and he's stuck with it. I still, I mean, here's a. I had no
They know how
idea
to
about
win.
this. Yeah, that's for sure. I will not take away anything from them for sure. But one stat that I did hear today, very interesting. I had no idea about this. That teams that meet up after one of them has just swept a team, and the other one has gone 7 games, has gone 7-0 in favor of the team that's played the 7 games. So, in other words, it wouldn't matter. Carolina or New York should defeat them, but sometimes
Should.
streaks are made to be
I
broken.
think I know you're right on that stat because I've seen that happen over the years. That a team seems to get cold sitting waiting for that other team, and it just they never get back into gear. But I think, unfortunately, with Tampa, because they're so banged up, I think they need the healing time.
Yeah.
3 things you have to call on it. It's leaving, dying, and Veseski showing up for the playoff. About
He
that
will.
one over there.
You
Because I'm
forgot
going to
taxes.
win that bracket.
You forgot taxes.
The fans, for instance, said Renta has not been up to par and that Kane out in the trouble without Anderson. You thought?
Yeah, and I could see Anderson coming in
Next series.
against
Yeah.
Tampa. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't think so.
You don't think?
Well, they'll go. I mean, they may, depending on what Ranta does now in this last game. Obviously, if they lose, they're
Oh,
out. but
okay. Oh, I'm sorry about that. I thought it was about for tomorrow night, the game.
No.
Oh, no, we were
talking
talking
about
the following series.
Tampa.
All right.
Like if
Tampa.
Oh, yeah,
Ranta,
that's,
if Ranta,
oh, yeah, that's possible.
Yeah.
But
Yeah,
I'm talking about
I-
tomorrow night. I thought it was the
Oh,
tomorrow night.
no,
no,
Rant
no.
is in. Yeah, Rant is in
Yeah.
tomorrow.
I mean, at this
Yeah.
point, you have to do that. But
Yeah.
even depending on, like, if Ranta plays a great game, then I think even at that point, you have to start Ranta and just put a very short leash on him. If he doesn't play well or allows a couple bad goals, he's done for the playoffs, and you bring in Anderson.
I agree with
Yeah.
you about that. So what, you go with Anaheim for Tampa Bay for the round number 3.
Oh, yeah. I go right to the top.
Myself, I think it depends on the team they're playing. I think
6 or 7.
if they play Carolina, I think Tampa Bay. I mean, these two teams know each other very, very well. I think Tampa Bay knows all of Carolina's weaknesses, and it could very well be a short series. Whereas I think with St. Louis, they're a little bit more trepid with them because they haven't been in that situation. Now they're facing a goalie that, hey, he can match our goalie as well. And if we all of a sudden, if a couple of their players like Kucherov, Point, if he gets back, Stamkos, if they happen to go cold in that series, they could have some trouble.
Going to have a question for you guys. Make up a trade package for Travis Sanham and Petrie.
You take that one, Andrew.
Oh, I don't want it.
I don't want Sanheim.
But that's easy. It cannot happen. Travis Sanham is a left defenseman.
There you go.
Yeah, he is
Not a
left.
good
That's
deal.
right. Yeah.
That's right.
He's a good
So that we don't
defenseman.
need a left defenseman.
But
We don't
again,
need
it's
that.
the same thing with Toronto. Now you have Romanoff and Cooley and everybody else. So
Oh, we get too many.
I will
yeah.
not do that
Far
one over
too
there.
many. No.
I trust Smith more que Quimper. Daniel Lewis-Evitsky is fantastic. Also, would love to see Oilers a bowler. And Angel said he passed his life to watching the Atlanta Thrasher. So looking good now to be the Tampa Bay fans, maybe.
You know,
I don't know.
I know we knock Smith a lot, but I'll tell you, I like the way he bounces back. He can get over a goal. He gets right back on track, forgets it, no problem. So with that, his age, the maturity that man's gained makes a big difference. That's the one area I really credit his game, and it's making a difference.
Yeah.
Daniel Lewis said, yes, I would like to see the Oilers Tampa Bay out for the Stanley Cup. I think that would be a great good over there.
Not gonna. Well, I shouldn't say that. I shouldn't say that because that series on the other side, I'm now concerned.
He would like to see them both go out for the Stanley Cup. Okay, yeah. He's not saying get kicked out. He's saying
No,
playing
they be
against
in
each
for the
other.
final Tampa,
Yeah,
Edmonton,
yeah,
and
yeah.
That would
well,
be,
that,
it would be nice to see a Canadian team. Yeah.
we have Mr. NHL report in the house.
Hey, NHL,
Welcome,
how are you?
Alexandre.
We have a super chat, but before we go, he asks us this question: did Chicago win the AHL trade? Dak or Strom? Who should Chicago keep? Did Chicago win the trade for Brendan AHL? And also, do you believe Chicago should keep Dak or Strom?
With regards to the trade, I think it's hard to assess right now because
Too early.
there's draft picks that are involved, and you don't know who those players will be and what they'll develop into.
Right.
So that's very difficult. And then, what was the second part of the question?
Kirby Dak or Strom to keep? Which one do you keep? Strom or Kirby Dak?
If I were Chicago, I'd keep Doc.
Yep.
Yeah.
Yep.
But will they? I don't know.
The time
I
you
don't
can
know.
answer the time you can answer this question, may I have to go? Sebastian! One more time! $5! Brendan Sikora Rivers! Sebastian! Sebastian! I need to find someone said that. Sebastian! Something like that. As another subject. 2009 at WCF over Chicago. Reverse. Absolutely. We get there, though. We get everybody. But honestly, I think Tampa coaching has so much experience, they can turn a bad hand into the winning hand. So definitely something amazing. So they talk about them, about the experience, make a big major key after that. I think it will be more, again, Rangers versus Carolina.
I still think either way they're going to come out on top.
I would like to see Montreal get used from the New Jersey Devils.
Yeah, so
Everybody can
that's not
dream.
gonna happen.
That's
Everybody
a big
can
dream.
dream. But I can understand you, Angelo. It's okay
Yeah.
about that one over there. Danny Hype, what's the status of Brandon Point?
I don't know.
That's a
I
good
haven't
question.
heard very
No.
much.
Yep.
Haven't heard
much
it.
about
So the what we heard is coming. He should be back during the round number 3. We don't know his game number 1, but we're going to see him during the third round. So expect him to be close to a comeback very soon. Brandon Hype, thank you NHL. Sissy, Bouchard, Kulak, all the others RD. If Barry is sent out, Nurse keep brother on LD. No, Strasik, Kulak is a left defenseman. So he can
Is he?
ever
I thought
play a
he was
little
a-
bit and left right deep, but he's not very good about that.
He's
So
not very good.
Nurse, Key, and Brobau could
he
be in
was
the
a
left
right-handed
defenseman, but you still have Kulak with them. Russell is still there, is a left defenseman. So you don't have a lot on the right defenseman. I don't want to put, again, I just want to mention the information. So about that one over there. And Danny asked everybody if Daniel Lewis from Renfrew. I don't know why Danny is looking for people from Renfrew. So we'll see. Someone that maybe is from Renfrew about that one over there.
the origin of hockey is
There
in
we go.
Renfrew, Ontario.
We have another question before we ask other thing. Is it wise to sign Whiteman when Logan Mayo, Joseph Brook, John Barron can play on the job?
No, I mean, yes, I think they should sign him again because I think MEILLEUR is at least another year away. Barron will be playing, and who was the third defenseman? Sorry?
Josh Brook.
Oh, Brooke. Brooke, we don't. I don't know. Brooke
We don't even
has been
know.
up and down, up and down. You don't
Injury.
know what's good.
So
Yeah,
I can
I don't
answer
know what's
you
good.
quickly. Is
I
it
keep him as a
wise to
seventh
sign Chris
defenseman.
Whiteman? One that I Logan gonna. Is it wise? Yes, is wise. You should sign Chris Whiteman. First of all, Logan
Yeah.
Mailloux is going to be in OHL next year. Josh Brook play in the East Coast Hockey League did not make the Laval Rocket for
Right.
the playoff.
Right.
Right.
So he cannot go be with Montreal Canadian. PP possible to be done. And then Justin Barron is the only one over there. You have Barron, you have Petrie, and you have Savard. And Whiteman, he gave you what you need in case you need it. It would cost you $700,000 million. That's not 1 year, and that's it. So I would sign him like a urgency or emergency or SUPAP, whatever you call him.
Seventh
All right now.
defenseman. I agree. Yeah. Yeah.
Thank you, Jose, for that. I do think Kansas Tampa Bay losing the first game, but they will bounce back.
Oh, yeah,
A
they're gonna
question
win.
from Caleb. And we apologize if you said, geez, why you don't answer us? Because we have to go through the subject with all that. And we don't want to skip anybody. And we take time to answer. If we was just give an answer, and we want to give you the right continents for the right answer. Honestly, me and Drew don't know anything. It's just in our tap. He's really a great man about everything. So we want to give you the right thing about that. Does Eisenman start to use the cap space we have or wait 1 more year?
I think he
think
could
it-
start using it. I think he could start using it because that team's moving up. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean they came out of the gates quickly this year. Just goes to show their young prospects and the talent that they have on that team. Goaltending kind of let them down a little bit.
Yes.
And you know the deeper defensemen as well were sort of questionable. But yeah, I would start that process if you can get a decent player to help with either some secondary scoring or a defenseman. I think they need. Who doesn't need a right-handed
Oh,
defenseman?
exactly.
Like it? Yeah,
Never thought they'd go scarce like they have.
yeah.
Here's the point for them. I will the best. They have $35 million right now. They have only 15, 23. They make They have a fabric on the long term, so they get bet about $40 million. They are $24 million under the salary cap minimum. Plus, they still have like 8+ signs. It's not a big deal. They are a great situation, Caleb. I would say to you, do not try to get much active. Simon Edvinson's coming next year. You have Ronek, you have Saders, you have Everton now. He's going to get Sebastian Kosak is maybe 2 years before he's become your regular goaltender. Go get a backup right now for 1 more year because now we know Chris is leaving and Nedeljkovic have 1 more year to go. And then after that, go get another 2 players around that. And 1 more year, again, Anderson as a fan, for your 1 year. And then after that, my friend, you are ready to rock and roll. Everything. Larkin's going to be 27 years old after that. And then you're going to get placed over there. So they have a lot of money there. And they have a lot of, and then I'm not talking about other players right now. I'm not talking about the great prospect they have. A big rings on the one they have to work. Villeneuve, we know what he did last season. They just signed a Rose. Anderson is another one over there. They have to look. And defensemen, Edvinson is another. So this team is going to be great in the next 3 years. Exactly what Buffalo missing a goaltender. I think the Detroit missed a little bit. A top 9, 2 players over there. And they have a lot of money open up. So great question, Caleb. Anything you want to add? Anybody, both of you, or?
Yeah, I think Stevie Y is going to be real head over heels for Jonathan Drouin.
Fact is never back in the game. Honestly, what they need to find right now is a coach.
You almost killed me there, Andrew.
Caleb ask he said didn't answer his question. Trust interview Detroit like would he end up with Red Wings?
I missed that. Sorry. One more time.
Barry Trust, do you believe he will be with the Red Wings as a coach?
No.
I see him going to Winnipeg. Yeah.
Winnipeg.
Zev Lacav, so go Rangers. Yeah, Tampa have been doing pretty much all year long. Be watching they get And gonna go on about that fact and call can beat the Bulls at home. Kill up Ranger are greedy. And just again is brick wall. Yeah, Angelo, it's just like greedy is the mascot for the Flowers. But I understand about you. Stop about that. Yuck Ranger
He's on
5
loan.
elimination game display off. That's the comments he said earlier. Richard, I apologize, didn't see it. 5 times they faced the elimination. Pretty amazing. You
Right.
think about this, and they find a way to come back all the time.
And again,
Stay
the
alive.
goalie will do that. The goalie will do it.
Yeah.
Here we go. Look like Daniel and Joe talk each other. That's awesome. No question there. They talk each other. They love it. Alan, my lesson, I won't bet against Tampa. At least they win the President Trophy. Edmonton is a very blue-collar city. Here we go. We have a couple of more minutes. Let's finish with a third round, the West Finals Conference. You have McDavid, the McJesus, and you have McKinnon. Where is Mc St. Paul? And what do you have right now? Yeah, let's say the all both disciple. And now you need to find honestly God between both. And in our top is God is between us, me and you, between Andrew and me. So we leave in our top to explain to us. He's a guy for the prediction. He find a way to he's always right. And we have to follow him.
Yeah,
so we let him talking about this. What is your prediction for the round number 3 between Edmonton and the Colorado Avalanche? Hey, I'm telling you right now, Mr. Andrew, we're not going to listen to him. Many of them, you go against him. And then at the end, next week, said, I should do exactly what Enartap said to us again tonight.
Are you done, Coach?
I'm done right now. The check's coming in the mail, Andrew.
Okay, thanks. Oh my goodness. Well, when you look at the series on paper, anyways, I mean, Colorado doesn't have very many holes. Like they have the depth. I think they have very good goaltending. If we're gonna break it down, I guess positionally, I think even though Smith has played great, I think maybe goaltending is a slight edge to Colorado. I would give it to. Defensively, you got to give it to Colorado as well. I think they boast a deeper top 6 than Edmonton.
Yeah.
Forwards, both teams are very, very talented offensively. I would almost call it a draw. The only thing is, I think a lot of these Colorado players, as we were talking earlier, especially with Coach, they've been through this process. They've gone there, they've lost, they've learned, they're returning. I don't think that they will fold easily under pressure from Edmonton. I'd love to see Edmonton go through, but I would have to say Colorado will probably win it, and I'd say in probably 6.
All right. Andrew and me, we cannot give our prediction. We have to say exactly what Enartap said. That's what we are thinking. We predict Colorado winning 6. For sure, we have to welcome Mr. Eric Wazard and the house. But Andrew, I'm going to let you talking maybe other options. But listen, McKinnon's come from Nova Scotia area. I'm sure he's going with Colorado.
I've picked them to be up against Tampa in the final. I'm going to stay with them, but I do think this series is tighter than I thought it was going to be originally.
Yeah.
I think this is going to be a 6 or 7 game series, and I honestly, I'm a little concerned about Kemper. I seen some signs in him in that last series. I wasn't totally blown away with him, where I was a little more confident earlier in the early series. There's a couple he loses his net every now and then. So really, I do think Smith's going to be kind of a wild card. You know what I mean?
Right.
Can he keep it together? That's where I do think the goaltending is questionable on both ends. It's going to could go either way, really.
High scoring.
Yes.
It could be.
The offenses are both explosive. And like you say, there's no doubt Colorado has the better defense. But I've never seen this look in McDavid that I've seen this season. He's come to a new level, same as Draisaitl. They just seem to be that much more hungry. So that's why I think it's closer than what I originally thought it was going to be. But I will still pick Colorado in 6.
Danny, I have a question for Andrew. I know the answer, Danny. That's rare. He knows the answer, but that's not a subject. Andrew, where did the NHL was born?
Windsor. No, that's hockey. No. Where was it born? Wasn't it Ottawa?
Mr. ENORTAP.
In Renfrew.
There
you go. Yeah, you said it earlier. I should have caught that.
There we go. Angelo said Edmonton and 7. Richard is a smart man. He said my heart said Edmonton. My brain said Colorado. ENORTAP know the answer. I cover you, mister. And finally, he just wake up, Nick, back with us tonight. Thank you, Kelly. Read my question. Whoever win the face-off more will take it.
Yeah. I
mean,
that's
the wing talk, fellas.
That's a great point.
We just trust everything about this one over there. I will say to you about Edmonton Oilers. I'll be Edmonton Oilers in the Colorado. It's all depends the goaltender again. It's Mike Smith versus Quimper, and the best goaltender is going to win that series. Secondly, my only concern for Colorado is only one player, is Rantanen. That's really where if he cannot score, that team is going to have a very difficult time over there. For me, it's Mike Smith, but also the speed of the Colorado versus the slow defense for the Edmonton. How they going to react about that one over there. So that will be something I have to look a little bit more. The cap control in Edmonton is not great. But again, the Colorado have to be sure they don't give the transition. It's going to be match. It's not going to be much physical. We think it will be more really about and hockey. And don't be surprised. It's going to be 6-5, 5-4. It's not going to be a lot of game. Of course, it could happen a 3-1, but I don't see how Mike Smith can handle 7-time or 6-time against Colorado Avalanche. I don't see that. I don't see that. If you think about you said earlier, Calgary, they cannot score. They don't have a lot of. They didn't create a lot of opportunity on the offensive side, and they don't have that kind of the player overall like Colorado has. So for me, 6 Colorado and. I don't know how they can survive Edmonton. Now, I've been wrong many times, so I will not be surprised to be wrong again. But I'm proud because if I'm wrong, I will say because they're not top now. So I think that'd be good.
That's why I'm beating you in the bracket.
Yeah, you are.
That'd be happening about this one over there. I don't know how many people we have. Don't forget, guys, click on the likes. I did not look the YouTube channel aloud. I will focus on both of you and return that day. Coach, the link for me to become member is not working for me. It's keep taking me to the channel and nothing else. We need to send Roger, the guy in charge about this, Blackhawks. You need to click on the I don't have it in front of me right now, but if you click on the join, JOIN, I click on it. And then you're going to see the next one, and then you should be fine after that. I don't know if that's why you click on it or you click on the money, but you have to click on join about that. The CF series would be excellent. Caleb, I agree with you. Great and juggling this fun. Thank you. Richard, don't go nowhere. You're missing the big piece of the show tonight. It's a Frenchy quiz. Do not go nowhere. We're going to go to Frenchy quiz right now. This is the best on the internet. So stay with us. Angelo, stay with us also.
Which is
new here. Richard, Caleb, yes, he is. Whatever I want, we say a great series. Sorry about that, Andrew. I was looking. What you said?
I said,
I
your
think the
quiz
phone
is
just
the
got
reason why
broke.
Michael doesn't come on.
I need to find my pen about this one over there. Mr. Bubble said something. Bubble back in the house. Bubble. You got it, Coach Richard. That's awesome. We need to go there, by the way. And now we have 4 guys, so we need to be 3 guys over there. So we try to figure out this one over there. Can we go there or not? Let's go here. And we have to move him out. We just click out Michael Delaney from the chat. There you go, like that. Michael is maybe drinking somewhere in the Laguna and California right now. He's already on the party of the memorial. Happy Memorial Day, everybody, for all the people in the USA tomorrow. Happy holiday.
Congratulations.
Oh my God!
5 questions. Tonight is a special night. It's different. You're going to be interesting. It's not about only under, over, and exact. So pay attention to the answer, because you said under A and B and C, you'll be wrong. We have D. So, and you can use Google. That's the easy way to win. But at the end of the day, it's up to you. So we give you an option. If you want to win, go Google. If you want to lose, use your brain. And if you want to win again, listen in our tap answer.
Oh, yeah, right. Okay.
Here we go. Question of the night. A new background, by the way. The first question, guys, is the record for the most consecutive tie game is 6. Straight game is 6 game, all tie. How many games? The final score was 3-3 of the 6 game. Is it only 1 time? Is it only 2 time? Is it 3 time happening? Or is it 4 time? So, what is the final score for the 6th straight game? Is the longest consecutive in NHL, and that's what we're looking for. So, here we go.
Consecutive tie games is 6.
RJ said D. We have Blackhawk said B. We have Andy said C. We have Steve said C. Jose said C. Caleb said C. Runway King said C. And then we have Angelo said B. And we have Nicolas said D. Then we have Buck Scott. He said C. Then we have Zenit said C. And Mr. ENORTAP.
I have it narrowed down, I think.
Zenit said D. I'm sorry about that.
I'm going to go with B.
D.
No, B, as
B.
in Bob.
Okay. And Mr. Andrew.
C. C.
C.
That was my other option.
Yeah, that's.
All right.
I know
Richard
you're
Fallin
saying-
said C. And then Bubbles said, I miss Kelly. Anybody got Kelly?
I think she went to bed. I don't know.
All right. Kelly, she's out. Danny is smoking outside, and everybody's fine. Danny, yeah, we're going to help him a little bit after that. Danny, by the way, stop to helping people. Just give us an answer. Danny, what is the answer, Danny? We'll give you a break right now. Give you an answer. O, B, C, D, O, E. I don't smoke anymore. Here we go. That's not an answer. Here we go.
Oh my God!
Vegas getting impatient, looking for a coach. Adam said, welcome back, Mr. Adam. And then we have now, Danny said D. All right, you should listen in our tap, because you'll be wrong. The answer is C.
I knew
with
it.
3 games, and we have a few people got it. Congratulations for the first one of the question tonight.
Oh my God!
Question number 2. And we'll pick up the first answer tonight. Question 2. There are 59 first overall pick in NHL history from 1963 to 2021. How many of them did over 1,000 points in their career? 7 players, 13 players, 17 of them, or 10 of them did 1,000 point draft first. About that one over there. Caleb, did you get an answer? I did not see you answer, Caleb. If you get it, just let me know, and I will get it for you about that one over there. All right. Steve G said D. Zenit said B. Zenith is where is he? Zenith is right here. There we go. Zenith said B. Angelo said B. Angelo is right here. And then we have Nicolas. He said A. Danny said D. He cannot type letters D. Buckskull, he said B. And then we have also Caleb. So he said A. Caleb, is it the first question or is it the second question? Caleb, that would be good if you can tell me. Jose Duarte said B. And then we have round with King said D. I have to put all in. Sorry, guys. Blackhawk said D. Andy Kuivula, he said D. Bubble said A. Thanks, Bubble, to participate. And RJ, he said C. RJ, he said C. And Kelly said D. And we have Killer was for the second question. And then Mr. Andrew.
I'm gonna go D.
D. Mr. and Mr. ENORTAP.
I'll go with D as well.
D also with Mr. ENORTAP. And I'm looking for also for where Mr. ENORTAP is. I did not answer to Richard Farley. He said D. I apologize, Mr. Richard Farley, about that one over there. And Danny is right here. Everything like that. We have a few got it.
Oh my God!
Maybe not the right people, but we have a few of them. The answer is B. 13 players. Jose Duarte and Buck School take the lead at 2. Many of you are 1 and some of you are at 0. We don't want to mention who are they, but you recognize yourself. 5 questions, 3 to go. Ladies and gentlemen, be ready.
Oh my God!
It's getting a little bit interesting. And you have to really listen to this question. Because Coach, he did a really big question here. Question number 3. Which letter of the last name start have the most player play in the NHL? So if the letter, his last name is Baudouin, start with the B, it's 1. If his last name is, I don't know, Smith, it's start with the S. And start with Thomas, it start with the T. So one letter have the most players start with the last letter of the name play in NHL. Good luck about that one over there. Bubble, he said
Eeny, meeny, miny, moe.
A. Bubble said A. Kelly said C for M. And we have also Caleb said D. Angelo said C. We have Nick said A. We have Black Ox said D. We have Andy said C. We have Nicolas. C'est quoi la question en français? C'est quoi le dernier joueur, Nicolas? Son dernier nom commence avec une lettre. C'est les joueurs qui ont joué le plus souvent en dessous de cette lettre-là. Richard Farley said B. Kelly C for Matthews. Ron with King said
Where's X?
B. Nicolas said A. Park said A. Have a good night, coach.
Jack-eye.
And Danny's
Herbert
leaving.
Jack-eye.
Steve G said B. Zenith said C.
Oh.
And we have Caleb's good night. And RG said A for B. And Kelly said it's not matter. And Mr. The Cat Fam, he said C. Mr. ENORTAP.
I'm going to go D, letter S.
All right, Mr. Andrew.
I am gonna go B.
Letter L.
Oh my God!
The letters winner of this one over there is D. 1,188 players got that one over there. Mr. Nortap, it was D, right?
Yeah.
Wow. 11 players that one over there. So we have to pick up something because
I'm still looking for X.
I'm sorry again?
I was still looking for letter X.
XYZ. Yeah.
Thank God it didn't appear there.
Yes, I have to check something here because I think I have one person I did not look for D is Jose Duarte is at 3 right now, guys. Jose Duarte is at
It's
3.
over.
Black
Nice.
Ox fan score finally, by the way. And also we have Caleb's Sauce score for the second time. And then that's pretty much what we have so far. So congratulations, everybody.
Jose becomes a moderator and now he takes over.
Question number 4.
Oh my goodness. What do you have?
Which one of them did not score 4 goals in overtime in the NHL playoff history? Patrice Bergeron, Chris Drury, Patrick Marleau, Johnny Wendell, or Jimmy Langenbrunner? Which one did not score 4 goals in overtime in the NHL history? And Joe said, these are hard. Nicolas said C.
No kidding.
Jose said C. Jose, by the way, is the only one take the lead at 3, by the way. Duda, he's back in the house, Duda. Duda.
Happy birthday.
He said E. Kelly said C. Caleb said B. Angelo said C. Angelo here. And we have Andy Cuivla, he said A. Then we have Bug School said C. And then we have Run with King said B. Then we have RJ, he said D.
4 goals in overtime.
I missed Steve G. Richard Farley, he said E. I miss Steve G, possible. And during that time, Mr. ENORTAP.
You mean Mr. Andrew?
Andrew.
C.
C for Andrew. All right?
Yeah.
Andrew is at
Which
2,
one did
ENORTAP
not
is at 1. What are you going to finish this, Mr. ENORTAP?
It's not Marlowe. I know he scored 4 goals. I'm gonna go with E. Jamie Langenbrunner.
D.
Oh my
E.
God.
E.
Answer is E for Jimmy Lemon. I would like to tell you it was D for Joe Normandy.
Oh well.
Who would have not? Wow, that's hard to imagine. Wow.
Hockey Legend said B, and no, Hockey Legend, thanks to join us, by the way, Hockey Legend. And Jose Duarte, guys, is still at 3. We have Buck at 2. We have a few Andrew at 2. RJ at 2. All
two,
possible
Andrew?
they can win tonight. And this is the last question of the night, ladies and gentlemen. And this one is...
Guessing game. ENORTAP.
I finished this way, guys. I want to helping you tonight. So under, over, or exact. Easy, right? How many times
Easy.
both team, Carolina Rangers, play Game 7 and the NHL playoff? Both team together play one game, game number 7. How many, if you add both team together, they play an NHL? That's not count tomorrow, because tomorrow is tomorrow. But how many they play so far?
Today's today, too.
Nicolas and Kelly. Nicolas B. Kelly C. Exact for RJ. Run with King said B. Run with Kings. Where are you? I got it. Angelo said exact. Angelo. Andy Koivula, he said under. Blackhawk said over. Jose Duarte, he said under. And Okilijan, he said under. Richard Farley, he said over. Exact back to school, he said over. And if you have other people, please let us know. So, on the time is on our tap, you're going to be the next one.
Oh my goodness. I gotta believe it's under.
All right. Are you going to listen, Mr. Nortap, Mr. Andrew? Because this
I actually
answer could
agree
be
with
good.
him on that one. Yeah. Yeah, I'm going under.
All right. That's that one. And Kirap said A about that one over there for under.
Rangers worry me a little bit
Me too.
because they.
The answer is under. Carolina 9, New York
9,
Rangers
yeah.
16 for a total of 25. That's our opinion. Mr. Carolina, Mr. Nortap, what is the record for Carolina in 7 games?
5-4.
And Andrew.
For
Carolina.
Out of those
in
9
overtime?
games. Yeah, out of those 9 games.
What's the record? 5-4, 6-3, 7-2, 1-6, whatever.
Yeah, I would have to say 5-4.
All right, 6-3.
Oh,
Okay.
How many games they lose at home?
Of the 9,
Guys, maybe not all 9 at home.
yeah, that's true.
yeah.
I'll say I'm gonna go with what they've been showing this year. I'm gonna say 0.
Exactly, 0. New York Rangers are 6-10. They play 9 games on the road. Game number 7. How many of them they lost?
Out of the 10,
Yeah, on the 9. They are
On the 9?
1-8 on the road. The record
I'm
is
gonna
6-10, right? 6W, 10 loss. They play on the 16 game. They play 9 game on the road. What is the record? When they
I
play
would
game
On the
number
road?
7.
I would say 5-4.
Andrew, you can answer us Wednesday.
I'm gonna I'm gonna say 4 and 5.
1-8.
1-8.
wow.
Oh my goodness.
So Carolina
Wow.
did not lose any game. Rangers are 1-8. Game tomorrow, game 7 in Carolina. I don't want to tell you influence who should win tomorrow, but I'll give you a little bit an idea, Mr. Nortap, what could
That's
win
it.
tomorrow. So maybe
don't
for
need
your
the
warm-up
warm-up
show,
show for
you can
tomorrow.
take a note about this tomorrow, everybody. But no, we never mentioned who's win. It's Jose Duarte with 4 good answers tonight. The
Great
new
job,
moderator of
Jose.
the Hockey National Show. We want to thank him for his
Way to go,
volunteering. It was a great night, guys. We passed over 2 hours. I know a lot of people show up tonight. Some left. I understand. It's not easy to controlling, but we best. Hockey Legend, thanks to stop by tonight. Thank you, Angelo and Richard Ferland, all the new people in the chat tonight also. And the rest of the other people, I believe, are not all returner. Mr. Terry Titus just show up at the end of the show.
Good point.
And Richard Ferland, I have a question for you, Mr. ENORTAP, Andrew. Is the bonus for tonight? Bubble said A. No problem, Bubble. You missed this one, Bubble. And Richard Ferland, who was the last player to not wear a helmet?
Coach. Coach Frenchy. The last
The last
player
who-
to not wear a helmet.
Okay.
To not
okay.
wear a helmet. My goodness.
I got the answer already.
You do? You Googled? Yeah.
Would that be Dave Semeco?
Nicolas, c'est bien fini. Oui, mon homme, on termine. Là.
I would say. I don't know. That's a good question.
That's a good one.
I got it.
Can't
It's
remember.
Craig McDavis.
Oh, well, I had the right
from
team.
Edmonton. Yeah.
And congratulations to Andy Cuivula and also Jose Duarte. They got the answer in the chat about that. So it was a great question, Mr. Richard Farley. You can ask all the questions next time. And Richard confirmed is McDavid is correct. Great one about that one over there. Who's the last player play with no hair on the
let me
head?
get this
It was
straight.
Coach Frenchy.
Let me, yeah. So maybe I did have the right answer. Let me get this straight. It wasn't bad enough. I got 3.
It
wrong
was
tonight.
great,
I
everybody,
had to get
about
this
that one
wrong,
over there.
too.
We want to thank each one of you guys for your participation tonight, Mr. ENORTAP and Mr. Andrew. Thanks to join us. It was great.
Anytime.
We did very well. What's going on tomorrow, guys? We are back tomorrow, and then we are game tomorrow night, live stream, play-by-play, 8 o'clock p.m. We have a game every week, every night. I start tomorrow night, Tuesday, Colorado, Wednesday, Carolina, and we go all the way like that during the weekend. So don't go nowhere. Stay with the live stream, play-by-play, the Hockey
Who
Nation
wins
show.
tomorrow? Eat your predictions. Who wins tomorrow's game?
Carolina.
Join us on the warm-up show.
Here we go.
Carolina, I'm picking 2.
Yeah, Carolina.
Thank you so much,
Yeah.
Mr. Richard. Thank you so much, Angelo, both of you. Everything on that. Mr. Andrew, thank you so much for everything. Tonight we finished this very quickly because we don't have a out because I did not do my finished prediction for the tonight for my show. But New York Rangers, Zenit said is going to win tomorrow. The New York Rangers is going
I
to
hope
stay
so,
by just a
but-
second. Blackhawks said Carolina. And Angelo said the Rangers tomorrow would be interesting to see that. Again, my heart is with the New York Rangers, and
Yep.
my brain said Carolina. And
Yep.
just for KK, I want the Rangers win, but that's another subject. We can talk a little bit further about that one there. Before we leave, we want to remind everybody don't forget to click on the likes. You are awesome. You are amazing.
Have a good one, guys. Have a good one, everybody.
The best. And
I never get that
remember,
right.
you have greatness inside of you. Thank you so much, everybody, for your another participation. The Hockey National Show, Power Play Show with the hockey coach, Coach Frenchy, ENORTAP, and the insider also, Mr. Andrew Lepage. We wish him, everybody, have an amazing, great night and amazing, great weeks. Happy Memorial Day tomorrow, Monday, for everybody live in USA. And finally, one more thing, be well, be healthy. Find a way not only dominate your day, find a way to dominate what, Mr. ENORTAP?
You're 2022.
Here we go. Have an amazing, great night, everybody.
Good night,
Thank you so much,
guys.
Mr.
Good night.
Good
ENORTAP.
night.
We appreciate again for your participation tonight.
Good night, guys.
Andrew, see you, everybody. You can leave.
Yeah.
We don't have nothing to show up tonight. So thank you so much, everybody. Have a good night. Thank you so much, Zenit. Always a pleasure, my friend. Caleb's. Yes, the Detroit Red Wings. No sport fact that this may be the best series ever casting. Everything Nazik Ellers. I agree with you about that one, Mr. Sport Talk. Let us know if you have a YouTube channel that we can look for that. And don't forget to subscribe. Blackhawks fan, have a great night. Angelo, Andy Cuivula, Caleb, RJ, Jose Duarte, Nicolas de Gobibano, Kelly, Danny, and many of you. We want to wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. And the winner of the Frenchy quiz is Mr. Jose Duarte. Thanks so much, Jose. Welcome in the Hockey Nation Live Show family. Jose, the new moderator. And we wish you an amazing, great night, everybody. Until then, be well. And we have the World Time Blackhawks. Of course you are. I was just kidding with you, my friend. RJ, thanks for the stat tonight. We really appreciate it. And until then, my friend, I want to remind you one more thing. It's time, RJ, to put your booyah because I'm leaving right now. Until then, have an amazing, great week, everybody.